Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor episode number 58? Question mark. If you're just
57.
joining us, 57?
No.
Wow, how am I always wrong about what episode it is? I feel like I look to see what episode it is, and I'm always wrong.
I have literally told you before we start, like, most of the time, and you just say the completely wrong number anyway.
You didn't tell me today.
No, I didn't tell you today, though.
Okay, thank God. 'Cause I was going to be really upset if I can't,
Phelan, thank you so much for
Anyways.
the 33 months Weaver system. Thank you so much for the 15 months.
Woo!
Femner jumping in with 12 months. Holy shit, guys. Thank you guys so
Wow.
much.
Yeah, it's great. I love that two of the three of those are in this game right now. But it's still cool. So,
We just
last
the hype train.
last 2 weeks last 2 weeks we weren't here because of the holidays. So this week we are trying to pick up the pieces of what we were doing in our mental space of what was going on. But to give you a small recap, the team has finally reunited after a small stint of being in completely different areas of Selindor in a place known as Coralweave in the Underwhelm. Here, they have been heralded and announced as chosen ones by the Merid. Did you wave at me? I see her waving and it freaks me out.
Waving at chat. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Fine.
Never waving at you.
Never waving at you. Damn it. But yes, the Crimson Dawn. The Merid Garblot, I believe is his name.
Something like that.
Garblot. It is Garblot.
None of us took
I'm a
notes.
genius.
You could say his name's Bob. We'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yep, Bob. Garblot, who seemingly has some sort of desire to balance out what's going on within Coralweave, very specifically with the way that they handle Aquium, which is a resource and building block necessary for life within Coralweave, and the acceptance of individuals from you guys are distracting me. I have no idea what's going on, but
Weaver System just dropped 5 gift subs to Nikita,
Aww.
Jorgen, Aries, some kind of German name that I cannot pronounce, and me. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. We're on a level 3 hype train, which
has never happened. They weren't hype streams the last time that we had that much to hype about.
So
last time we had that many things happen at one time.
Perks lined
hype trains did not exist.
That's how long.
Never imagined it would happen.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks. But yes, finding themselves now, having been announced to everyone within Coralweave that they are the new chosen ones. We find ourselves just having panned up and shown their visage seemingly to something. And you guys can hear now that everything's sort of settled down a bit. Outside there is just noise. It's not like screaming or terror, or it's just somehow there is a murmur throughout the entirety of the city, and you guys can hear it echoing even through the thick water between the bubbles.
Bubbles.
Well then, I think that shall do nicely.
Yes, you made quite a splash.
Well, we'll see how they react to this. In the meantime, I believe you should all get prepared as is necessary.
Right. Prepared for...
I know I hired you for this sort of out of nowhere for you, but you're doing your job well. I can tell already, and he's staring directly at Seti, that you are very capable of presenting yourselves as chosen ones.
Yes, well, this sort of thing is right up my alley, I guess.
Well, you should discuss with some of the less talented. And he looks over at Grim and just like scans through the rest of the crowd. Just on their ability to
Yes, I really would have
sell.
placed him as more of like a bodyguard, but that's
Well, you
okay.
should get yourself as well versed as necessary. I will leave Ushidin as well as Tybalt to you. They will be your aides until we hear a response. In the meantime, you are not to leave the Crimson Bubble, but you may, if you like, leave the area. I understand if you feel cooped up in this particular building, and I'm quite pleased right now that we've got this whole situation started.
Yes, well, it might be nice to see the rest of the neighborhood. I think
We have some nice restaurants. If you're tired of eating the cooking here, granted, you've been having some quite fine tasting food, if I may say so myself.
Yes, I'm not
One
sure
of everything
could...
every night. That is quite. You see, like even in the water, you get a little bit of the snort coming out of him. Just like,
yes, we
quite
appreciate...
the cost, just to keep you. So feel free to
wander
go
elsewhere.
out.
Understood. We appreciate the hospitality.
It is my pleasure to have you staying here, chosen ones. He sort of winks at you, and he's like, well, we will get to the bottom of this either way. So, enjoy yourselves, but not too much, and don't wander. Ushidin! And you see as she sort of like slides, almost seemingly out of nowhere, just next to his side. She says, yes, I'm here. At your service.
Thank you. I think for now we will just retire to our room. That's our next move amongst ourselves.
Very well. Good for all of you. Well, take the rest you need, and do not worry. And he lifts up his own little personal seal, which is like really blinged out with like some underwater nonsense, but then it's just like trimmed in like something that looks very sparkly metal. Could be mithril, could be just like he literally threw glitter onto it. Who knows? It's very shiny. Like garish as hell. And he's just like, I've made sure to sync with your seals, so I'll be able to contact you if the need arises.
Excellent.
Good.
Well then.
Oh, I'm gonna take my seal out and look at it. Do I have the area lit up? I don't think I ever got that done yet.
Ushidin can take care of that for you.
Excellent.
Ushidin literally just like hovers over towards you. She's like much taller than you because she's like this sort of slender, elegant figure of water. And so she comes like over to you. She looks down at you, sort of like narrows her eyes, and just puts her liquid hand out for your seal.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hand it to her.
She takes it. She literally just moves her hand over it and she hands it back. It's lit.
Grim will be like, oh, 2 men too.
Very well. And she turns in just in the same manner of just like looking down. Well, not at Grim, she's looking eye to eye, but just like sort of placidly, sort of nearly emotionless, goes through like the proceedings with very little effort.
Must be nice to be able to grant access to people like that.
It is. Has been awarded to me via my capabilities and my purity of nature. The Narian are very rare in these parts.
Pretty cool.
You may consider me a ambassador of the Underworld, if you will.
What then? Sir? What would you suggest we do with our day?
That is entirely up to you, but I definitely suggest you prepare for the coming events. It is very likely we will be summoned very soon, if not today, tomorrow for sure. At which time you will be presented as chosen people for the first time in front of everyone. And how you wish to go about doing this. Crimson Dawn has not spent a lot of time looking ahead as to how this will all work.
I
He is a
see.
bit of one for the dramatic. He's got a flair for it, and he would be pleased if you were all prepared as well.
This summoning, this occasion, might this be one where he would not be doing all the speaking for us?
I suppose it depends on the situation. Publicly, if we were called, I imagine we would go through a procession straight to the temple. However, the means of which we would do so might be of great importance. Should we travel throughout the city's bubbles, through the network of tunnels that have been built for Terran? Or would you travel as us, as we do, through the water? It might cut a more specific sense of divinity and that you've been accepted by the sea. Definitely sell your role a bit. It's up to you in general how you wish to proceed. I'm not sure if all of you can survive well in the water.
We can manage all right for a bit, as long as we have our hats on.
I'll be fine.
And Clary too, I assume.
Yes, I can. I can. Yes, breathe underwater. It's not preferable. I would be much happier traveling through the tunnels if that was all right. But I'll do what's necessary.
Yes. Like to make the right impression. Whatever you
Good.
say.
As long as you're all capable of taking care of yourselves, then that will be the end of that. I will inform the Don that if we are summoned, we may travel through the water itself. He will be quite pleased. Now, if you have any other questions for me, please feel free. I am here to instruct you on anything you might need to know.
Well, to be completely honest, we're all a bit ignorant of how life down here works. Political structure, spiritual structure. Are there any other players we should know about aside from the Dawn?
Oh boy. Let's get scrolling.
Don't offer to answer questions.
I'm gonna answer the questions. It's just you just asked, what's the deal with all of Coral Wave City?
Well, I don't know enough to get more
Mhm.
specific than that.
I gotta
Tell
go
us
through it
all
real
the
quick.
lore, please.
Tell us all. You literally just asked for all the whole
Load up.
enchilada. I gotta get to the city layout. There we go. Okay.
Switches to video cutscene 20 minutes later.
Yeah. Okay. So she says, "Well, basically, the power is simple. It is in the hands of the Sea Sworn. That is where the majority of the Aquium is. Their AE value is in the billions. However, there are others that have influence throughout the city, including but not limited to the Crimson Dawn himself. There is an individual known as Don Caliandis. He is a merchant who has set up the entire interworking system. His entire thought process and his His drive, it seems, is to bring as many people from the surface down here to create a very strong economy run by merchants.
I see.
To which the Crimson Dawn, of course, is a big fan as well. The Crimson Dawn Garblot runs not only the red light district, but also the blood sport. People come from all over Selindor to see individuals battle against monsters of the deep.
I see.
There's also the Sapphire Dawn. She specifically owns the Hidden Gym, which is the main entertainment district.
The hidden
Within.
gym?
The Hidden Gym.
Gym or gem?
Gem?
Alright. Sorry, it's my accent.
Sorry. The Hidden Gem, which is a very sought-after place for entertainers from all over Selindor. And they also, as excess to their profits, set up the amusement park on the north side of town.
Oh, we saw that coming in, I think. Where all the loopy thingies were.
Yes, it is meant to be a replica of a city from back on the plane of water.
It looked very amusing.
Yes, the animatronics are adorable.
Alright. So we have a couple of dons. We have this one. Anything else we should be aware of?
There's a lot to talk about within the city. You would have to narrow it down for me, please. As far as powers go, there are, as far as I know, the 3 Dons and the Sea Swan are about it.
Alright, that's good to know. Not quite.
And you should know that though they are called Dons, they act on the surface in daylight, as it were. They are not seedy back alley people, although they do back alley deals, as do all
course.
merchants or salesmen in this world.
Everyone has a reputable face and a somewhat less reputable face. That is par for the course.
Indeed. So know that presenting as associates of the Crimson Dawn would do you no dishonor, as chosen.
Of course. I assume he is smart enough to know that this plan would not work so much. That were the case.
Indeed.
Well then, I think we will take some rest and then head out into the neighborhood. Place we can find to eat that will not bankrupt our gracious host.
Oh, certainly there's no chance of you bankrupting him. Worry not.
A bit of hyperbole.
Well, if you need me, I shall be just within earshot, but I will give you as much privacy as necessary for you to enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. And he looks to the others to see if everyone's ready to kind of get into our room and sit around and okay, yeah, leads the way back.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are just head back to your room, yeah?
Drops
So-
the disguise self thing.
I'm just playing with Ernie. That's all he's doing. He's just
Yeah,
kind
there's
of
just a
there.
big pig just underwater, just
like stretching him in his chin and giving him rub.
like standing up. This pig is about like shoulder height, I think, on Grim. So taller than most of you. It is an enormous pig.
Need to get him some battle armor.
I mean, yeah. Right now, like, so this is a giant pig. I don't know if giant pig is a thing on
I think there's like
giant boar.
boar would be
Yeah.
the closest.
Yeah, giant boar would be fine stat block wise for what Ernie currently is.
Yeah, big boy.
So, you might be able to find someone to make armor for him down here, but that said, you would want to be sure that he's done growing first, I think, because it might be quite
That's
expensive.
true. It could be even bigger. It could fit all of us. Could you imagine?
I'm beginning to imagine, and I'm not sure I like what I'm imagining.
Much bacon.
And he is not for eating.
I mean,
Fierce
I can
battle
make
pig.
armor for him, right?
Oh, you can make armor?
That's
we'll,
right.
we'll find some metal and you can make him some armor.
Yeah, we just need the materials.
There's no
Eventually.
telling what kind of materials they would have down here. It could be like Katniss, or it could be they could have deep mithril or some sort of metallic alloys down here that we'd never seen before. I mean, the possibilities are limitless with what we might find. Not to mention this material, this aquium. It's obviously very intriguing.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's quite a bit to consider.
Just sort of looks around the room, noticing that when he started talking, everybody else just got really quiet, and he's just like,
Cleary, I think. Sorry, I just had an idea, but I don't quite like it, so I'm going to sit on it for a little bit.
"Oh,
I think this might be a great learning opportunity if we all play our cards just right. So I do suggest that we go out into the neighborhood a bit, incognito a bit. We don't want to be in character just yet, I don't think, if we can. Just because I don't... My coaching to most of you would be to just keep your mouth shut. Yeah? Try to look impressive and keep your mouth shut.
Mitnir just sits up real straight.
Yeah,
and impressive, like, haha.
Excellent, Mitnir. Perfect.
Yep, we definitely talk a lot.
So, if we're going to go out in public and be shopping around for pig armor, that might not be something the Chosen would be doing. So I would suggest we try to be...
Well, I don't
Something
think
we're
we would
not-
ask about pig armor. We would ask about
materials.
materials.
We don't need to tell
Also,
them.
by the way, have we discussed what happened with everyone yet?
I don't
I mean,
know.
we had our quick little calls,
I
but
think we did when... We definitely heard about you seeing the princess naked.
oh, right.
And
And you like dropped an island on
it
the
was,
city or something.
a TLDR, kind of.
yeah, I think we all got a little bit of a recap of each other's stories. Grim had kids and then left them somewhere.
Didn't leave them, they left.
Yes,
they
right.
went to
The
go,
kids left.
So
they decided
Grim
they
had
wanted
kids
to-
and they ran away. Got it.
The summer soldiers owe us one. 'Cause
Right.
I saved some of them.
I have so many things I was supposed to be doing for the people up top, but I think all of that is... I mean, should I check in? Should I send a message to...
I don't think we've really told Poppy that we beat that dungeon that they sent us to.
Well, that's one, and we should probably talk to the other contacts we have.
Yeah.
yeah, you guys have not informed anybody who's like supposed to be like your boss or anything like that. You guys haven't informed anybody but each other what has happened.
We
yet.
are our own bosses, thank you.
So
Yeah, no, but currently, presumably, the only person that could know anything about what's going on other than you guys is the headmaster of the school.
right. And I do believe that at first I told Cleary to just tell everybody that the dungeon was gone, which I think if, the word got out...
I definitely did not do that.
if word has gotten out, because...
It definitely hasn't gotten out. Nobody up there knew what was going on.
Well,
as far as I heard within the school, other than Headmaster Primus, nobody. Honestly, you were the ones telling me what was happening out there.
And I was in a bit of a hurry up there. I didn't tell Poppy anything. I didn't even see Poppy, I don't think.
do any of us have contacts in our seals to give a call to Caliendo or one of Poppy's people or anybody up top other than... I guess we could call Cinder and then have him send a message.
Does he have that spell?
Well, no, I mean physically send a message. Send a courier for us.
I'm gonna check what he's got.
Actually, I do hear that there was a very good courier pigeon business just down the street. They're within the area of the greater Academian strait outside. I'm not sure.
Perhaps we should go there and just pay and
He doesn't have that, but I'm sure he could manage.
get it taken care of.
Well, because I can't send any more messages until I've had a good night's sleep, which I could just right now just flop down and take a long nap. But I think, maybe there might be more useful things to do in a day. Or I could just nap and you guys could go shopping. Although me not being there to keep an eye on all of you sounds like a bad idea as well.
I
Well,
think
I mean
it would
money,
go
so I'm not doing it.
swimmingly. It'd be fine.
Right. So we were informed to try to stay within the Crimson Bubble.
Yes.
So we're doing that. Yes. I just want to make sure that nobody's going to not do that, and then I'm going to look like an ass still
No,
sitting around the bubble.
We're following orders. We don't want to get on anybody's bad side. We don't.
Good.
Unless I get lost. Yes.
Well, that's why we go together
Yes.
and we don't get lost.
So perhaps we should have buddies. We should do a buddy system.
Buddy system's good, but I think we should still all stay together. And then I
Oh,
imagine.
so one group.
I imagine Ushiden and Tybalt will not be too far off at any given moment. So.
No, we're gonna be right here. We'll be right there.
Yes, exactly. So we'll be well shepherded, I think. So what do we want to do? Go find some food? Go find some materials? Information, maybe?
With a courier service, if that's a thing.
I think we're just going to have to call Selindor because at least he's already up there and he can hire a courier and maybe somebody can eventually for the travel. Who has Cinder on their phone?
I have Cinder in my phone.
Oh, that's right. You guys were friends. Okay. Well, Cleary, can you just call Cinder, please?
I think I already used my call today. So.
Yes. I have reached my call limit as well.
We are tapped out on communication capabilities.
Right.
Pretty sure we've all used our calls.
Except for Grim.
Okay, well, in that case, it can just wait for tomorrow.
Can you share contacts?
Grim can never run out.
Grim has unlimited minutes.
I don't know that you can share contacts because it's like you have to link yours to theirs, right?
Yes.
Mm.
I think they have to opt in mutually.
Mhm.
I don't know that you can just like share the contact info.
That's how.
No telemarketer phone calls.
You guys have no idea.
Well, that's how it's been. That's how it was described to me, I believe. But I mean, we could try.
I bet Ushiden knows. She can grant access and stuff. She probably knows how they work.
Do seals work? Can you share contacts? Like if one seal doesn't have somebody on it, but another one does, can I get the other seal to call a person?
So Ushiden's not actually standing out here, so I'm just gonna go let her know what you said.
Be in earshot.
Yeah, well, I'm in earshot, and she actually wanted to give you guys some privacy, so you know what? I'll just be right back.
Well, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Also,
No, check
this
it,
is
check
probably a completely different voice than before as well.
It's fine.
Sounds like one of the Grum we used to know.
So he runs off, and
Or hops off.
Lady Ushiden comes, and you just hear a polite knock at the door.
Yes, come in.
It just slides open, and she just sort of like takes off her shoes, comes inside, and says, "How may I help you?"
Sorry about all that. Just a quick question about the seals. If one seal does not have somebody on it and another seal does, can I use the seal that does, send the information to the one that doesn't and get that one to call the person?
You said does and doesn't so many times that you created a labyrinth of what does or does not accomplish anything. Here's what I will
Share
say.
contacts. Can we share contacts? That's all she's asking.
Two people must mutually agree to become
That's what
linked.
I thought. That's what I thought. And then there was doubt cast in my mind by some voice from above. Yes, okay.
There are individuals who run the network. The Lord of Mists, particularly, is the individual known to control communication throughout all of Selindor. So if there's an individual that would be capable of allowing you unrestricted access to any individual you wish to call, that would be the person to speak to.
Right.
Where are they?
Neat.
I believe they reside within the Lunaris district.
Interesting. Well, not that important at the moment. I guess we will simply wait and make the. But thank you so much for the information.
Of course. Is there any other information you would like before I leave?
Where's a good place to eat for vegetarians?
For vegetarians.
Or
Hmm.
a vegetarian.
For one vegetarian, 2 vegetarians, I think.
Where can we get food with a large assortment of options?
Food with the largest assortment of options. Well, there's a market. Well, you are in the Crimson Dawn's territory, which is not well known for its variety of things, but is very well known for the things it is well known for. Which is to say, and then she just sort of looks back over at the building that you guys have been spending the night with
Yes.
gentlemen going being dragged inside by scantily clad.
No, not
Yes.
food. Got it.
Not exactly their specialty. However, there are some very decent, I have heard, for those that enjoy heavy meats and libations. There is a bar above a brawling pit that is apparently well frequented by individuals who enjoy that sort of fare.
Mitnir kind of looks back to the rest of the group like the kid, like, can we go?
Otherwise, there is a famous street stall down the way. But he pretty much just serves noodles with different things on the noodles.
That sounds good.
He
Some
said
noodles.
the name of his shops is Try My Nudes.
Excellent. We will check that out. Thank you so much.
Totally try the nudes.
And I just get directions so that we can walk there. Right. Okay. Let's go. Let's go get some nudes.
Okay.
Are we staying?
No. Get street clothes and try to disguise a bit. Hoods up, stuff like that.
So as you guys
I've
are
been
like
wearing
doing
the
this,
straight goes the whole time.
nobody has seemed to like want any additional information, but I'm gonna like let you guys on just if I'm not portraying her properly. Ushiden is very like airy and kind of slow with everything to the point where it doesn't even seem like she seems 100% there and attentive. I just wanted to make that clear if I hadn't for you guys. Okay. Sorry.
So I will disguise self for our outing as a Videlkin.
Should at
Okay.
least one of us get whatchamacallit, contacts with Ushiden on our seals?
Should
What
we?
for?
In case we gotta contact him.
I'm standing right here. Would you like to link contacts with me?
Sure.
Very well.
Just lines up the seals on the table. Like,
She-
there you go.
She just like holds out her own seal. What you see is just floating inside of her mask, and she just reaches. She doesn't even reach; just like sort of flows out and out of her hand, and you see it's basically like just a shell with like the little disc inside of it. She's like, "Feel free to link with me."
I just hold mine out. I don't know how this works.
Yeah, she just taps it. She's like, "I'm sending you a text message so you know this is me." No, just kidding.
Yep, got it. Perfect.
Go down the line. Everyone grab.
Yeah,
contact
everybody
info.
just like, okay. tapping their seals together. Little woo. Contact saved.
Gotta grow my
Well,
contact list.
Tybalt will show you about town. I have more important things to prepare for, as I imagine this early in the day, there won't be too much trouble you can get into. That
You just
being
kind of
said,
smiles.
that being said, please try to remember that if anybody should recognize your chosen, to
Behave as such,
behave as such.
of course.
Very well. Tybalt, I leave them to you. Yes, Miss Ushidin, ma'am. God, she's hot.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Easy now. Easy.
No, I just haven't slept in a few days. Sorry, I've been trying to do all this with you guys.
Sorry about that.
Talking my mind too much. Man, my voice keeps changing hour by hour.
I
get
would
it,
like
man.
to
I
give
get it.
him Bear's Endurance or whatever the fuck it's called.
Are you
The,
spending a spell slot on this? What's happening?
I
Enhance
recommend
ability.
micro naps.
We're just chilling, right?
For the moment.
well,
Yeah.
we don't know what might
Okay, so
happen
she
later in the day.
she casts Bear's Endurance. So how do you cast Bear's Endurance? How does she do this magic?
I hold on, let me pull it up. I'm pretty sure it's a touch, so I could just do a head pat and just say there. This is what I'm here for.
Okay, so yeah, just barely taller than Bropsy, but she sort of has to sort of get on tiptoes to reach up, and there, and she taps him on the head. And as he does, you see this little bit of green light just flash at the top of his head, and it just sort of crawls over his body. And the second it's goes over his body, he's like, oh, and you see he sort of bulks up for a moment. He's like, what do you guys want to do? I'll take you around town. I'm feeling great now. He just sort of straightens up his back. He's like, y'all want to go to a bar fight?
Yes.
No, we gotta keep low profile.
All right. You wanted to go to the noodle place.
Yes, we're going to go get
Follow
some
me.
noodles.
And so totally way too upright looking, Tybalt starts leading you guys down the street. In this area, everything looks pretty nice. There's a mixture of different cultures sort of slammed together. You're not sure, it looks like, maybe some elven tribe built one building, and then the very next building looks like it belongs in Disneyland as the Little Mermaid shop, right? So every step there's something completely different. Wow, music just
Sorry.
started out of nowhere.
I forgot to turn it down to a normal volume. I also forgot to
Someone's
start
been
it earlier.
blasting the tunes.
That was how we all went to death.
So there's just a myriad of different buildings that look almost like they're theme parks, but they're very specifically you can look at it and be like, oh, so that's for this. So there's plenty of brothels here, bars there, nightclub kind of thing, and they all sort of almost cartoonishly match the sort of feel you would expect to go in there. You see one that is a pitch black building with very obvious upside down crosses on the windows, and there's a vampire hanging out in the doorway. It's just almost cartoonishly some of that same sort of theme park thing that you would have expected, and what you did see when you were up north is sort of carried out through the architecture of the Crimson Dawn's territory. But making your way down the street, it's not that large of a bubble, so he brings you there within about 5 minutes of walking, and you guys find yourself looking at this little street kiosk with what looks to be I guess from this distance, wearing a apron covering most of their body. You see a very large amount of tentacles coming out from underneath what appears to be a mustache, but you don't understand how on this octopus-faced individual who is preparing these noodles.
All right, walk up and say hello.
Yes.
And I'd like to.
Hi there!
We'd
Like
like
to
to.
try
Y'all
your
here to
nudes?
try my nudes?
Yes, we are. Do you have something that doesn't have any meat in it?
Oh, I've got all kinds. You see his tentacles coming out from underneath. Again, it's like this broom of a mustache that's just sitting on top of this. Like you can see his eyes, and like he's got a bit of a nose almost, but he's got this like sort of pinkish head, and you can see he's got this like chef's hat on, and it's just like all these tentacles are going out, grabbing crap and bringing them back, and you just see the mustache move, but no mouth. And he's like, something without meat in it. I got all kinds. You just want to get yourself something like faux meat, some fake meat, or would you rather something that just don't even give you that thought like you done touched an animal before?
I don't really care if it's fake, like as long as it's not animal sourced.
No,
then-
I'm just saying, you looking for like a tofu kind of thing? You looking for some seaweed? What you looking for?
I don't know. I just want something tasty.
All right, tasty it is. I can make tasty. And he just starts chopping stuff, and it looks like a big old daikon, and he just bits of ginger, starts pulling up a noodle pot. What else we got going? Come on, I can do that 3 pots at once. Look at me go. And you see all these tentacles coming out from under his apron, just grabbing stuff.
Oh, and I'd like mine spicy too, by the way.
Can I? be
Ooh,
like
spicy! Changing the recipe. Like, throws most of that pot and just dumps it into
that? I
another
don't
pot.
have that one.
Oh,
She
bounces it
said
back.
she wanted the same thing.
Oh, so she says that, and she's like, "You're gonna have to talk up, darling. Yours is so little, I can't hear a word you're saying." Just starts flipping the pots off around. It's like a performance watching him prepare these noodles. He's got like
Roxy,
all
did you
these
want
ladles, and
spicy?
he's tossing the noodles in the little net.
I'm probably not the best for me.
So
I would
not
like
spicy, no meat for breakfast.
Not spicy, no meat. He just like dips his spoon like out of nowhere, just like flings in a bowl because like spinning in front of you. You can see like there's like radish in it, and there's like all this like there's lemongrass, and it's giving off this like really vibrant fragrance. And you can
I'll
see
take a non-spicy with all the meat.
non-spicy, all the meats.
Yeah.
So you see he's like, whoo, when you see a tentacle in the back, just chop, 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 chop,
And
chop, chop, chop.
with me, I'm guessing.
I want spicy with all the meat.
yes.
Spicy with all the meat. And it's just like all going, like all the tentacles, and there's like 6 pots being brought out, and you see just like flames are going up. There's probably a small fire starting to pick up on some of the other like grease pile dishes. And then by the time he sits there, and you guys find yourselves completely seated at the sort of front of his little stand-up restaurant, he slaps bowl, and then pours the soup, and then piles meat on all of your guys' bowls that ask for it. And it's like just like thin cut slices of meat that are raw when he puts them in. So you see it's just like chopsticks, and they go in and they cook inside the broth because of how hot the broth is.
I
And
have
the
an
noodles
important
are-
question.
Hmm?
Did you actually plan out this man's food, or are you just ad-libbing because you love food?
I might like food. All right. And so as he puts it on the ground, he puts everything out in front of you guys, and he's like, "Bon appetit."
I think Gagnor's craving ramen right now.
He makes you guys ramen.
That the
And I love him.
how much for all of this?
He looks over at Lady Ushiden, and he's like, "I assumed it was on the Crimson Dawn."
Oh well, we can carry our own weight a little bit.
Oh. Okay. We'll just call it 5 AE.
5 AE, right? Any chance you accept gold or platinum surface currencies?
Oh.
Because if
Oh,
not,
yeah.
in that case, then yes, it will be on the Crimson.
Oh, that's fine. What are your gold worth? I guess just like five golds. It's fine.
All right, I'll give him 6 gold.
Kind of expensive food.
It is very expensive food.
You share per bowl or?
That's
Total?
5. It's a gold per bowl.
Oh, okay.
I give him 6 gold. A nice little tip.
He says, "Thank you kindly."
Thank you so
So
much
as-
for the food.
As you guys dip into this soup, Seti, you pull it to your lips, and immediately you get this like umami that just piles into your mouth with spice that just floods your senses, and like your eyes begin to water a little bit, but then they like it becomes like this sort of sweetness that sort of mixes in at the back, right as your nose starts to burn and your nose gets a little red, but then it makes you just feel really refreshed as you eat it. As the guys with the meat start piling in, and you're not spicy, yours the spicy, you get that same sort of sensation of just freshness. But each of those pieces of meat, you don't know what flavor they are or what meat they came from, but you can tell the difference between each and every individual slice. And there's 15 because you asked for all the meat, different pieces of meat inside of this broth. You can't identify. Some of it is definitely fish. Some of it tastes like steak. There's pork. There's chicken. There's so many different flavors going on. And you, Bropsy, really enjoy the noodles because that's pretty much all that's in there that isn't just the vegetable, like fragrance.
Veggies are delicious.
Yeah. There's just not like as much variety. It's like there's seaweed, there's this,
Ain't
My
no
veggies
15
are
meats
delicious
in there.
too, wrapped in bacon.
But then there's the noodles, and those noodles, they're just like thick and chewy, and
The simple things in life.
you guys have what I would say, because of what you've eaten in your lifetimes, probably the first time you've had a gold worth of food in a single bowl and been like, money well spent.
Yep. Well, because I assume this is street food and you can like eat and walk. Is that the
Oh, yeah.
situation?
Bowls are good. Bowls are good to go.
Right.
Those are yours. We run a high class stall here.
He just hates doing dishes.
There's a pile of dishes just in the back.
On fire.
He's got like 8 more. Yeah, a little bit on fire. He's got 8 more tentacles, and he just like doesn't want to do the dishes in the back.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then we will walk and eat and kind of explore a little bit of the area. Like,
Well, thanks for trying my nudes. Please come back if you get a hankering.
they're delicious. I will definitely be back.
Do you deliver?
What?
Delivery. Do you deliver nudes?
My shop moves around, so I'm in a different bubble every week.
Right.
Can we
I'm
order
hungry.
nudes from like a hotel?
You could probably get a courier boy to do it for you. I don't know, man. I'm just making nudes.
All right. Thank you.
Probably have to get yourself Postmates or something.
Yep. We'll look into that.
A mate in the post, a friend.
Yep.
We'll figure it out. Thanks.
Okay. Y'all have a real good meal.
What if we just
Is there
installed
like
a
a-
permanent teleportation circle on his stall?
I was gonna say, is there like a seal thing I can like put
Track
in my
the
thing so I can
truck
easily
so you
find
know
the
where
booth?
he's at.
Yeah.
Like, so you're asking him, you're like, hey, I want to get your sealed. Give me your seal information.
You
He's
got a
like-
seal QR code?
Well, no, we
Well,
could.
I never thought about using my business like that before, but now that you mention it,
Gotta branch out.
Yeah, if people could find you
People
more
could.
easily.
people could contact me to bring me their food. I can make a lot more money.
You could hire delivery boys.
I'll tell you what, yeah, you can link right up. Link up with me. And he's just like gets a
All right,
seal.
I'm linking up.
You guys are linking up with the octopus nudes guy.
Nudes
The
stall.
nudes dealer.
Yeah.
Gotta grow our contact list, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to need folders in a bit. And put people in different folders so I can find them more easily.
And you got groups.
No, it's gonna have the like pop
Right.
out Rolodex.
He's like, all right, so y'all just remember to call me and let me know that you're hankering for nudes, and I'll swing on by.
Anytime we get to craving for nudes, I'll definitely give you a call. Thank you so much. So yeah, I want to wander a
Nana,
bit. If
I'm
we're
gonna
done with
whisper
this
to
guy.
Seti as we're walking and be like, we should totally order nudes next time we're on the surface. See if he comes.
Ooh, well, that would be a really long trip. There might be a huge fee for that. I'd feel terrible if he came out that way. Also, like, what kind of dangers might there be between us and him if he doesn't take like a teleportation circle? I don't know what kind of transport options they have down here. What if he tries to swim all the way and then gets eaten by a shark?
You know, my favorite thing is like nobody ever asked this guy's name either. You just
He's
you
trying my
know him
nudes.
as the
He's in my phone as Nudesman.
newsman. Okay,
Perhaps
So
he
you guys
walks
are
back to
walking-
the stall. Sorry, sir, what was your name?
my name's Gooey. Gooey
Gooey.
Nudes.
Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna have to tell people all about you.
Please do tell him Gooey Nudes will provide you the finest nudes you ever had.
All right.
You
Well.
have a good day, sir.
All right. Okay.
All right.
So, wondering, I want to
Gooey
look
nudes.
look
All right.
around, like what else is in the area, what kind of people are hanging out on the street, what they're doing, just kind of take stock.
Mostly, I would say, day workers, right? They're like the night workers, but a little bit higher class, and it's the same town, and you see that this place never does feel like day. It's still kind of always dark and dim and lit with these sort of lights, but you can tell that would be the daytime crowd. So there's not a whole lot going on. It's just individuals, some people being carried home, walk of shame kind of crowd.
Hungover people still
Yeah,
passed
yeah.
out from the drinking the night before.
Some people just starting their drinking because you guys are around noon now.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, do we want to look for some place to get materials to start making armor, or do we want to maybe put a pin in that?
Oh, well, I don't have
Uh,
access to the smithy down here, so
Right, you'd
That's
have
a
to
later
make
project.
some friends first.
Oh, right. To help you out. To help you out. That's the wrong guy. It's like, oh yeah, to help you guys out. I don't think you're gonna find any materials like in Crimson Dawn's territory. You know.
Yeah. But so?
What about the squeaky bubble stuff? Can that be turned into like usable material things, or is it only used to make like building?
Oh no, it gets used to make all kinds of things. Yeah, aqueum smiths are highly sought after, but you know, you can use it for just about anything. I've seen people make weapons out of it. I've seen people, obviously you've seen vehicles taking you around this place, living vehicles with the souls of spirits, moving them. We can do all kinds of stuff. Not to mention the fact that I've seen that some individuals have actually like made them into like living things.
So the aqueum's alive?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think say it's more like they program it. That's the way I can say it. They program it. It's like it
Right.
basically it is something that is capable of doing a myriad of different things, because although it seems to reject, this is him saying it very slowly over a long period of time that you guys are getting this information. Basically it rejects everything except for like magic, and it can be used to imprint it with like spiritual and magical things can pass through, but physical objects can't. Like it is rejecting and accepting and adapting in so many different ways that it can create a myriad of different effects.
Right.
Rejecting. What is it, my parents?
Well,
It's a joke.
so so that could be a possibility actually. It sounds kind of cool, and we might be able to get our hands on some if we wanted to. But the thought I had, because I know Mintnir wants to blow off some steam.
I mean, I could also go for a nap, but it could be fun to watch a fight.
Yeah, when was the last time we rested? Did we rest?
I think we rested and then did this pretty much right away.
Did I rest? Or did I just come straight here?
You rested.
I'm pretty
you
sure
got
you rested.
I think
Dude's house.
we all
Long
rested.
rest.
I think I'm the only one who hasn't rested
Okay, let me
Yeah.
rest then. I don't think I actually clicked it.
because you went to sleep and I stayed awake the night before.
Yeah. Minir stayed up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
How do you spell that Nereid person's name?
Ushadin?
Yeah.
Ushadyn.
Okay. I'm just writing
Like-
in my seal contact list.
Pretty phonetic. Oh yeah, I gotta add her to mine too. I don't even know who's on
Yeah,
my
I
list.
spelled it phonetically. So I just was like, how would you spell that?
You're probably right mine down. So.
I guess I have all y'all, right?
Mm-hmm. And Cleary.
Yes, that's me. I don't like being
Did
underwater.
I get the ears right too? By the way, is this weird? I should have asked you before I.
Oh yeah, I meant to react to that, but I forgot entirely because I assumed you guys all changed clothes, disguised yourself best you could. And you're all
I
walking
just-
down the street. We just
I
kind
look
of
the
washed
exact
over
same,
it.
but minus like the fancy pants and no hood.
Yeah, right. Okay. So yeah, I was like,
Oren looks exactly the same.
The people-
He was
the
just
people-
wearing his robe the whole time.
the people that are there within the town that see you guys, like, some of them are whispering a little bit, like you guys.
Is that them? Is that? I think. It's
Yeah,
them.
you're
I'm
getting
not
a
sure.
little bit of a that is that them just because Mitnir. It's like, how many Dragonborn have you seen underwater recently?
I'm just saying that I have Brogy on my contact list.
Yeah, Brogy's
Assuming at
absolutely
some
on your
point.
contact list. Absolutely.
It's like,
So yeah, the people that are there are definitely kind of like I'm welling you guys a little bit, but as you say this to Cleary, he's looking, he was like, and you can see that he is like walking next to you, and he's like looks really nervous. He's like visibly sweating, and he's just like,
I'm sorry.
No,
I should have asked if it was weird.
you.
I just thought
You look
underwater.
pretty.
Did you have the spicy nudes too?
It's just they were very good nudes. Yep. And he's just like, you can see like just looking at his face, like I assume you just made yourself, but as a Vidalcan, just like gave yourself Vidal. And he's just like,
oh
and
no.
he just can't handle it. His simp mode is like way like, off the clock. He's like, yeah, you look fantastic. It's it really suits you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I should say that on
Good.
the stream.
Thank you. I thought it might be awkward. I should have asked.
No, I think that you have a very transformative nature about you, and I think you look good in so many different ways, and anything that you encompass, you embody it so beautifully. And he just looks around the room, and he's just like, you look. It's not awkward at all. And he just starts walking away.
Thank you, Cleary. That's very sweet.
Bye, Claire.
Claire's just like, oh my god, you idiot!
Cleary.
Hi, Raiders. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great stream. Welcome on in.
Why do you do this to him, Seti? Why do you do that?
I didn't do anything. I didn't mean to do anything. I just thought, what's something that could breathe underwater? Oh, Cleary can breathe underwater. Let me look like Cleary. And then I thought, oh, well, this might be awkward. And then he made it even more awkward.
At least you didn't make yourself actually look like Cleary.
What do you mean he made it awkward? I think you made it awkward.
Well,
What if I made
Well-
myself look like Cleary?
I thought it was funny.
That would be weird too.
I think, well, I mean, if you can make yourself look like something other than a folk, then that would be great.
No, I'm pretty sure the tall blue guy made it awkward.
Thank you. Tim.
Which
All
tall
right,
blue
all
guy?
right. Kids, settle
we have-
down.
I
Where are we
did
going
nothing.
now?
We have 3 tall blue guys. I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, Tybalt's just sitting there, arms crossed and just squinting. You see his face just fish. This fish face just put on. He's like, yeah, it's definitely the tall blue guy.
That's why we're the Blue Man group. So, all right. So Mittner needs a nap. We could
That's funny
just.
because Cinder was blue as well.
Mhm.
We all know that if any of us die and we're not already blue, we should be when we make our new characters.
Yeah, backup character has to be
Unless
blue.
all the blue ones die. then we
I'll be a
can't-
water genasi.
Perfect.
Well, if you die this session, it'll be really easy to get you in. So
Yeah, fair enough. All right. We could just go watch a fight, go check out this other bar, and just try to keep a low profile at the bar without no fighting ourselves.
We're not going to fight people?
No,
As long as we can bring our nudes in.
I mean I'm already done with mine. So
Oh, I got the big bowl.
We've got a
no,
lot
you
of
just
noobs.
eat so slow.
all right. So you guys are. Do you guys want to RP like the rest of the day, or you just want to say we go see some fights, we enjoy ourselves, or what would you like to do? Because we can do this. I'm not afraid, but we
Do
can
we need
also
to
move
get-
on.
I don't know what people's inventories are like, but does anyone need like potions? or
Yes,
anything?
that was the
Art,
thing I was
spell
going to ask
components.
specifically. Would you guys like to go seek out what you can find in the Crimson Bubble?
Well,
Or
yeah.
would you like
So
to order some people to go, maybe get Tybalt to send some guys to buy some supplies for you? Anything like that?
I'm pretty
spell
good.
Components.
I'm good
stuff
on
like that.
healing potions, and I don't actually need any supplements, which is good.
But
But-
otherwise, if you're trying to just stay within the Crimson Bubble, then just let me know and I'll let you know what's available, because it's
What
gonna be
was
slim
the
pickings.
component that Nikita needs for that spell she keeps using, but doesn't have the components for?
I
I
believe it's a
believe
gilded rose or flower.
That would be really hard to find down here, probably.
really hard to find down here.
All right, never mind.
Maybe
then.
not. These
A
brothels,
gilded
you
flower
know.
worth at least 300 gold.
I don't know if they can. I mean, are there sea flowers that grow underwater? That would be expensive flowers. Also, who
mean-
does anybody have 300 gold to spend on a flower?
I could have lots of gold if I sell this hammer.
Yeah, so he's like sitting there holding. Because do you have a bag of holding? Who has a bag of holding?
Me and Propsy.
You and Brobsy. So he's just been carrying a big fucking mallet this whole time.
And the giant cursed sword that
And
I
a
don't know
giant
is cursed.
cursed sword. He thinks
Well-
it's cursed.
Yeah, I was like, we don't know it's cursed.
It's black and covered in runes.
He's
It
got a
looks
very
scary.
large. So yeah, he's carrying like a bunch of loot like on him. He's obviously just adventured and is carrying these heavy
I
ass
think-
weapons around everywhere.
I think we probably would have blocked that and been like, we're trying to be inconspicuous, let's put those in a bag of holding.
Okay,
Well, at least
cool.
let's sell it to somebody. Aren't we going shopping?
Well, if we, Tybalt, is there some kind of smithy or some item shop, magical
Magic weapons.
purveyor of goods in this bubble that we could visit?
Well,
I know
actually,
that
within
it might be a long shot.
within
You know,
this
any place
bubble,
that sells dungeon
no.
supplies.
Well, it depends on what kind of dungeon you're talking about.
Oh wait,
Place
they're
that
saying
sells
what kind of
potions.
dungeons are there?
Maybe jewelry
Like
that's
more than-
magic.
Well, there's death dungeons and then there's sex dungeons.
Yeah,
So
not
Oh, see,
The-
Grim only knew that there was one kind. I
the
didn't know
not
about-
sex ones.
we'll talk about this later, Graham. You've got a whole new world ahead of you.
No, it's okay. Grim doesn't need
Tybalt's
that.
like, Tybalt's like smiling. Ah.
Grim has his mushrooms. He doesn't have time for that.
So yeah, there's not much in the way of like an actual dungeoneering shop. There is an apothecary.
So we could,
So if you were
we
looking
could
for
go get
potions and stuff,
I'm good on potions, but if anybody needs that, we
it is
I think
called
I might have
Lover's,
used all of
Lover's
mine.
Brew, and it is known for its love potions.
Oh, I have one more.
well,
Yeah, I really need to sell some stuff with this hammer at least, because I'm broke.
Yeah, you know what you wouldn't be?
If I found that stuff, but I failed all my checks. What was it
I
supposed
know
to
you
do?
did.
Like, I didn't want to just
Nope.
meta.
No, you're good. I just love it. I just love how you almost got a lot of money.
A lot of money.
all right.
Right,
Well,
He's been broke
let's
for a while now.
Repsy would
Yeah.
like to go potion shopping.
go visit this apothecary
I
and
have
see if
money
they can
that I
whip
don't
up
know where it
anything
came
for
from,
us.
but I have money.
Okay, no, so you guys, I don't really want to RP this unless you guys really want to RP this. Is there any potions you would like to buy specifically?
We definitely need healing potions, and haste ones are nice. Apparently,
These ones are amazing.
Okay,
They're so
also,
in-depth.
there are love potions out the wazoo. multiple
I
types
didn't
that
give
are
a shit
available.
about that.
I just want you to know that there are love potions available, and they push it really hard on you. Okay,
But
they
what do they-
really
How,
try
how
to.
much is a love potion?
Oh, how much is a love potion? It depends on how
Hold up.
much love you need to instill inside the individual. Now, if
What
you
is
think
there-
that you need, if you think
Roxy
you need just a
already
little
has
push to get
3.
them,
Broxy
We
already
do
has
have
3
three love potions already. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's been in our bags a
From the witch.
while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that they push the love
When did
potions
that
on you really
happen?
hard.
When
The-
we killed
when-
the
Long time
hag.
ago.
My old
Oh.
court lady. Yeah.
Okay. Never
With Buddy,
mind.
that
I'm
was the
very
night we
curious.
met Buddy.
She's still in
Oh.
Twilight, I think.
Yeah, so
I
you guys
love
can go
them.
ahead and buy regular healing potions, but for 100 gold apiece.
That's expensive.
Mm-hmm. That is what is
So,
available.
you know, Broxy, you have 2 greater healing potions right now.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Yes.
But we still need more.
How much does
I
the
have
top
2
tier
greater
love
healing
potion cost?
Top tier love potion, 1,000 gold. But they will love you until the day that they die. That's what they claim. They claim this is the ultimate drop. Drop? Is that how you pronounce it? The ultimate drop of love potion. A drop, a tear
Drop,
from,
yeah.
from Aphrodite. This is the one. Love forever, guaranteed.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Love forever, guaranteed. 1,000 gold.
And no, you don't need a potion to make somebody love you.
Is the goddess of love.
Well, I wasn't really worried about that part. And more utility. I don't
Right.
want that one either way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so you asked them what the it's this like this vial that's kept. It's like the St. Louis the whatever. It's like when you go in a liquor store and you see the behind the glass $3,000 bottle
You're
of
paying
liquor.
like 990 gold or whatever for the bottle itself.
Yeah, right. It's like this is the ultimate drop. Okay,
Could you
so
imagine if we slip north on that love potion?
I
And
know,
then he
right?
just
I mean,
loved
it
us
might be worth
forever?
it. We could literally save the world for 1,000 gold.
I don't know if you want. I don't know if you really want Northought to be in love with you, but please, by
Yeah,
all
his
means, try
interpretation
that.
of love might be pretty
Look,
dangerous.
I
Depends
destroyed
on-
the world for you.
It depends
Now
on
it's
how
just
much you
us
like
forever
tentacles.
and ever.
I like how little we are sticking to our characters this session. We're just
We're all
Lost all
tired. It's
pretend.
been 2 weeks since we saw each other and played these characters. It's,
no, it's great. So you guys are able to pick up your potions if you would like. You can buy those potions. They have a few other potions. Very specifically, they have 2 potions of invisibility.
Cool. How much are those?
200 gold piece.
The haste potion still 500 apiece for these.
They do
For
not
them?
have any haste potions.
Oh,
Damn.
hell with that!
Would you all be
Yeah.
interested in buying some potions off of me, like a potion of lightning resistance? Acid resistance could be good for some of your clients who are into some weird shit.
Yeah, no, they don't buy potions. They're not looking to do that.
All right.
Their store owner might be able, like, if you want to like try to sell some stuff here, maybe they could work out some consignment deals or something with you.
That's all right.
Like you get into some jargon, but it's like we're not
Okay,
gonna buy your
just
product.
checking. No big deal.
Okay.
Is there an Eagleman anywhere?
Okay.
Probably in one of the
So
other
you
bubbles.
ask, is there an Eagleman's anywhere?
Seal.
And you see Tybalt go.
Take me to Eagleman's. Whatever.
Tybalt's
Sorry.
like, Eagleman's? Yeah, there's an Eagleman's. Yeah, the Eagleman's is over in the theme park district. I don't know where I called that bubble. So it's in that one.
The sapphire.
Oh, okay.
Stones
How
place.
far is that?
When are we gonna be allowed to
It's actually
leave
a.
this bubble? Do you have any idea?
Well, I assume whenever we get word, we're just trying to keep you guys here until we can.
Once
we-
we've
so we
made
can-
our entrance into
Do we have to
city,
stay
so
in
to
this
say.
bubble, or can we go to the other bubble?
For now, so we have to stay in this bubble, just because.
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just today.
Or
I'm
tomorrow?
sorry.
Maybe tomorrow. Right. So we've done some shopping. Maybe we should just go back and I'll take a nap, and then tomorrow will be her faster.
And this we'd have to sleep a long time,
It's like pretty early in the day right now.
like noon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like
Midnir
noon.
was up all night last night, and I'm out of things to
Can
do,
sleep.
so
We could get a wagon and we could just drag Midnir around. Or he can just lay down on Ernie.
well, we are underwater, so he could kind of just float.
We could just tie him to Ernie and he'll be good.
That's not the best sleeping conditions.
Well, Ernie's very comfortable. Look, so squishy.
Is Ernie with you right?
Oh wait, no, he can't because he would be suffocating.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are.
And
you guys
again,
are underwater right now. You
inconspicuous.
guys are.
No, no.
You guys are in air. It's air. You're
Oh, the
breathing
whole
right
bubble
now.
has
Oh, we
air.
are in air. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
then
so
Ernie's
no, no,
this
definitely
entire
with us.
No,
bubble
Ernie-
is air.
Ernie said he would have
Wait, would they not-
insisted Ernie stays behind. He's too
Aw.
conspicuous.
But there's food for him there, right? He's okay.
He's back at the brothel.
Yeah,
And he's back at the. Back at the.
They're
the-
used to taking care of pigs. Hey-oh.
Was it the luscious fox or something like that?
So long as he has food and he's taken care of, that's okay.
He goes out into that like sand garden things, just eating any plants out there.
Curses! Why can't I be Zen? The little fish person just trying. It's a litter box for Ernie. Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys returning back to.
Or we can go watch a fight at the bar as long as everyone promises
Let's fight the whole bar.
behave themselves
When do we not behave?
all the time, just constantly. Honestly,
But if that's constantly, then aren't we always behaving the same?
but what I mean is to behave better.
Oh, we don't make her do that.
Alrighty. So you guys going to a bar?
Yes.
Just until like the evening crowd starts coming in, and then I think the more people start packing in. It's like, all right.
Just getting like my goal would be just kind of getting a feel for like the people, what
Yeah.
kind of place this is.
Yeah, the vibe and try to
I don't
overhear
know.
any conversation and just kind of eavesdrop on the rumors flying around.
These people seem kind of fishy.
Yeah, so you guys can find yourself a nice little, you'll walk into a little area. It's pretty basic underwater coral city tavern. You've been to 1,000 of those. There's all kinds of fish folk in there. If there's a fish that you can picture in your mind, there is a version of it that is humanoid and is walking around this place. There's also people that are just like almost completely humanoid, people that look just like elves or even some humans. You see a dwarf just sitting there getting completely drunk and blasted, watching the entertainment of the bar, which is people pummeling each other in the face with many different types of fists or pincer or there's like an actual like giant like crab-like person that's just sitting there snapping at everybody around them. So you guys are easily able to get a drink, and listening to the conversation would be make me a perception check.
Oh, I can do that. Where's my perception? Cool.
I have advantage. So.
I rolled a 20.
I'm gonna
Wow.
see that a 9 is
Fun-
too loud for Propsy.
23.
23. Well, both of you are able to glean quite a bit of information from people just being like, "Hey, what do you think, man? Do you think like these new chosen? You think they're gonna be like the virtues?" It's like, no, ain't nobody gonna be good like the virtues. Punch him in the gut. And they're just like, "Oh no, but like, if the virtues are like chosen by Aegir, and these guys are chosen by Aegir, does that mean like, are there just like twice as many now, or are they like replacements?" Yeah, so that's like the kind of vibe that you're getting from people, is mostly how you relate to the virtues in the hubbub.
I think maybe Seti, because she's disguised as a Videlkin, will mingle a bit.
Kind of like bobbing your head, sort of walking around.
And like if there's like a crowd at the bar, like, you know, waiting for their drinks or whatever, and like some kind of conversation like that happening, she'll
Walk up. So how about those chosen?
like, yeah, just like, oh, you're talking about the announcement that was made today? What big news.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that crazy? It's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
everything we thought we knew about how all of this worked just completely turned upside down.
yeah, I mean, the Crimson Dawn wouldn't lie about that kind of thing either, man. Like, he's like, oh, that's a big deal. Like, that's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I would any.
No, it's crazy.
That would be
So it's
crazy.
like, yeah, so it's like, oh, man. What would you ask?
Oh, I just wanted to get in on the speculation, because, I mean, yeah, what if there's just like twice as many virtues now, and it's all just twice as much? Or, like, what would that even mean?
Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe that would mean, like, things are changing. And, like, we're gonna, like, there's gonna be, like, more Aquium or something. Or maybe they're gonna, like, go and meet, like, God.
Does being chosen by God mean you already met God? Because, like, how did he choose you if you didn't meet him?
I don't know how it works, man. Like, maybe we're gonna meet God. Maybe they're gonna, like, open up a doorway and we're gonna meet God. Maybe.
I don't know either, man. It's crazy stuff.
I don't know.
Dude, you want to get some nudes?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, is the nudes guy here?
He's not too far down the street that way.
Oh shit, man! Fuck the chosen. I'm getting nudes.
Bust out your seal. Just break out your seal. Be like, look, you can ping him on the seal, man.
You can ping him on the. How do you? What does pinging mean? I'm gonna go learn how to ping. Hey,
Yeah, man.
Fuck! And he just gets up and runs out. He's gone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep.
Chosen send you. No, wait.
As you guys are having this conversation and loads of fun, you hear from behind you. We've received word.
Oh, that was fast.
One word or more than one word?
He's
And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Sorry, Grim is very literal.
So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you
See you in a bit.
on the other side.
And we're back, guys. So, as a sigh led us off to our break, another will begin us back, as we say. No, Grim, it was more than a word. Now, if you'll come with me, we have much to discuss and prepare.
Of course.
So, she leads you all back to, I believe, what did I say, Lavis? Luscious? One of those? Well, it was either one of those. I think it's the Lavish Fox.
Maybe it's
Anyway.
Lavish Fox.
And
What my notes say.
they bring you back directly to the. I don't like looking for my notes. It takes forever.
No, so that's what my notes say.
Oh, okay. To the
I don't even have notes.
to the pagoda-like building at the top of on the 7th tier of the Lavish Fox, where you find Garblot, the Crimson Dawn, waiting. Just puts on his helmet, takes a second and fills it with water and goes, right then. So, sorry about that. I know it bothers you all.
Well, you're quite alright.
So, we received word just a moment ago, and it is exciting news. They would like to extend an invitation, as we suspected, for us to come to the Sea Swan Temple as guests of honor to discuss the will of Aeger. So I don't know what you people actually are, but as far as everyone in Coralweave is concerned, you are the new chosen. Whatever that means.
Seti is going to. Yes. Let me check. Never mind.
Should we be like equipped for this encounter?
This is saying, right, so as far as I can tell, I think it's probably best that you're all dressed to the nines. Whatever outfit you were in before, that plus. If you could plus it, make it more.
Right. Extra.
But,
extra.
But, you know, classy, still, very classy.
Yes. My associates, for the most part, are under instructions to not open their mouths.
And,
Extremely necessary. I
Good.
will do the bulk of the talking if it is necessary for any of us to talk.
fair enough, I will parley with them to get this set up. Of course, I am but a humble servant of the new chosen, not your leader in any way.
Of
So-
course. Right.
Right. So, the important thing is that upon our getting there, you have to hold your own against the virtues, because I imagine they will be there. Oh, and how convenient it is, the number of you. 6 of you for the 6 virtues. Oh, it's so good.
Who are the
Almost
virtues?
like it was meant to be.
The virtues are the acolytal chosen of some other fribbity frop bullshit of the church. I don't know. They're all pure beings chosen by Aeger. They can enter and exit the cauldron at will, or some nonsense like that. It's all a bunch of poppycock anyways. It's just what they do with this lie of religion that they've made.
I think I should trade swords.
Right.
But that'll be
If
part
you
of
want
our
the sword, you
debate.
can have the sword. You just give me the other. I'll throw it
Oh,
back
of course,
there.
we're not saying we're gonna fight them. I'm just saying you've gotta hold your own, like,
Yes, I
presence
was
wise.
wondering if this is the sort of society where holy people might be more respected if they could hold their own in a blood sport.
Oh, I would say yes. Of course, you know, the 3 C's of Aeger here within the Underwhelm. 2 of them aren't exactly places he'd like to be, if you catch my drift. So,
Right.
it is the nature of the sea. Sure, there's a safe, all-encompassing haven to creatures of the sea, but there's also the unforgiving swell that could swallow you whole.
Yes. Well, that is something to think about.
Think about it indeed. However you wish to present yourselves is entirely up to you. You are in character. I mean, it's your life. I mean, you're chosen.
Right.
Okay. Go back to my
More than
ridiculous
you
outfit
actually know.
with my poofy sleeves and my orange and purple and
Good. Keep that up. All of you, just keep it up. Loving it. We've got a great response off of purple orange guy.
I'll put my stuff back on, but I guess I will. I don't know what does the sword like. Is there anything like about the sword that's like special other than it being all black?
Looking at
Black.
it, it is a black, thick blade that ends in like a sort of like angular, like almost like chopping sort of tip to the blade, as opposed to like a sweeping in point.
it's got runes and stuff on it too, right?
It does have runes on it, yeah.
Be like, I'll try it. I mean, it looks impressive. Like,
Are you gonna
Right.
hold it?
You wanna use it?
I mean, for now, I'm not holding it. I just put it like into my
Okay. when you take it into your hand and you compare it to your current greatsword, your current greatsword weighs about, I would say, like 8 pounds, which is a fairly heavy weapon to be swinging around in general. This new one weighs about 10 pounds. It is a much heftier weighted blade. It is very well balanced.
I like it. Just so now there's a black hilt up over my shoulder of
as you just
finery
sling
we
it
have
onto
over-
the little, just sling it in there. I assume you have like just some sort of leather catch on the back where you just hook one side in and then the tip touches down. It fits like a glove. Yeah.
Just be like, we could hold on to this other one or sell it or whatever. And we can put the other sword into a bag.
Yeah, we'll hang on to it until we get to a place where sell things for a good price. And if you decide you want it back between now and then. All right, so we have to get into our character, put on our clothes and our brave faces.
All right, so you guys want to do like the same outfits as last time, or do you want to?
Well, because he said step it up a notch, really, right? So I think
If you can,
if we
right?
can, I think I would like to get some kind of paint or waterproof sort of makeup stuff, and I would like to brush Mitnir down with like because he's like a blue color already, but I want to give him like a little bit of a like a coral kind of sparkle, so that he looks not like the same blue dragonborn that was on the streets today, but like a blue dragonborn with like salmon, coral, pinkish, orangish.
I mean, yeah, you could tell like looking at Mitnir's scales when you start like brushing this stuff onto him, probably against his will.
He giggles a little bit though while it's happening. Like,
yeah. But as you begin brushing on it, you notice that his scales are actually way prettier than they were when you first met him. They used to just be like a sort of bluish color, but now they sort of like, because of like the sort of white tips they've got to them, and the sort of, they almost have a cobalt sheen to them that makes them significantly more metallic looking.
Well, they changed after the fractures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
And then as you begin brushing the sparkles on them, it makes him look like a radiant, like metallic dragon.
Yeah, that's the idea. See, there, now you're even fancier than you were before, and it'll hopefully help if you go about town and, now you can blend in better because you want to look like the same color.
just like
And
that kind of tickled, but okay.
Grim, would you like to sparkle too?
Are you saying that this beautiful outfit is not enough?
Well, it is true, looking at you in this color scheme and stuff, I don't really know what I could do that would improve it, so...
There you go.
You could do anything.
Well, I might make it worse.
Clear's like, do I look good in the suit? And like it's just like that same sort of like scaled sort of outfit, like sort of tealish scaled outfit that's like a suit, but with like no tie or anything like that. It just sort of necks up, high collared. It looks very dashing in a sort of pompous way.
Yes, you look exactly... It's perfect. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Alright. I think everybody else, we good? Good.
So everybody just does themselves up like they did before, maybe plus a little extra if they
There's
want
more sparkle.
to.
I mean, Orin hasn't changed his look at all.
Wait, do you have your mask on?
Yeah, that's the only thing he put on last time.
Mitnir puts his hand in the sparkles and then puts his hand on Arn's mask. So there's just like a sparkle handprint.
Oh, God.
Well, okay.
It looks like somebody put their hand on your face with sparkles on it.
It
It's
was...
like I was in a brothel.
No, you've been chosen. That is the hand of God now.
Oh, yeah, we've been touched by God, and now that's the God sparkle. Oh no, this is bad.
The God sparkle.
Okay. So you guys, as you finish getting prepared, you see Lady Ushiden opens the door and she says, "Wow, you all look incredible.
Thank you.
If you'll
All
follow
of
me,
us.
we will be taking a procession through town. Is there anything that you all need to prepare for breathing underwater?"
Just we all
tap
have
my
our
hat.
hats on, but Seti has used the
Oh
self.
God! Oh God! No!
No,
No! No!
he wore his in the intro video. And
Who did?
Grim,
Grim had his fez on.
yes.
Grim had his.
It matches the rest of my outfit.
No,
Yeah.
no, his fez is fine. But when Bropsy starts putting on her diver's helmet,
Is that what hers looked like?
hers is a
forgot.
diver's helmet.
I used this
She
guy
starts
to make
putting on
mine
her-
look like a crown, but
I don't know if disguise self works on objects so much as
doesn't it
It does. I think it does the whole thing, but
Like, I
like
could-
it would still.
Yeah.
change my?
It would still.
Everything
It would
feel
still
like
feel
that.
like a thing, but it would
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
look-
Should work.
Hopefully, no one's coming up and touching her skull. You know.
Well,
You got the,
like a
you
big,
got the pirate hat, right?
yeah, more like a big like halo kind of thing.
She looks at it. She says, "I can solve this immediately if you don't mind. If that is some fashion sense you truly want, I won't stop you. But please,
No,
please,
by all
Roxy,
means,
that
if you have,
is."
if you have a better solution, by all means.
Yeah, Brodsky, why would you wear something so ugly?
As long as you are not attached. And she takes your hat off your head. And she takes she reaches like into a little pouch on her hip and aquium comes into the air and she begins twirling them together and you watch as the aquium turns into a little face and starts chomping at your hat and starts eating it. She says, "This will take a bit." And so she just walks away, well, with the aquium eating your hat. Tell them we'll be ready in 1 hour. And she also takes your diver's helmet, Propsy, because it ruins your mystique.
What about my bowler hat? I think I had a bowler hat.
Awful. Yeah, takes the bowler hat too. Hour and a half.
All right.
She's like, you can just see her. She's just like weaving, and this thing is like chop, 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 chop.
Mitnir sets his vial of aquium down, opens it, and like doesn't work for me.
I am in the door.
So as you guys wait the remaining time, everybody comes and they check you and they put makeup on you too, like start like dressing you up a little bit extra. You see somebody comes in and tries to like put some flames on your shoes. It's like
Makes
it's
it
like,
run
stop it.
faster.
It's Tybalt. He's like trying to he's like, "It'll make you look like you're going faster." And he's like, "No, stop it," kind of thing. And then finally, Lady Ushiden comes back, and you see just a resplendent, like most beautifully dressed, ugly creature you've ever seen. As Garblock comes out, and he's just dawn to the nines, and you see his ugly, like wrinkled face just sitting there with like the jagged teeth, and he's just like, "Well then, everyone, you're about ready." And Lady Ushiden walks up to each one of you and hands you what looks like a sphere, about the size of a like a silver dollar, and it just looks like this beautiful like sort of twist with like almost like a blue crystal like hovering inside of water. But she hands one to each of you. She says, "There."
What is how do we use it?
And she says, "I'll just place it on your chest. It's like a necklace."
Oh,
So you place it there. It just sort of sits and roots like on its own without like it doesn't like root into you or anything. It just sets right in there and sort of like half encloses itself. It just feels like cold, like a bit of water.
right. That's good. But yeah, much more. Thank you.
Yes. Sorry, it's just You had weird hats.
We did.
They let us breathe underwater, that's all.
And these shall do the same. As long as you wear them, you will be able to do the same.
Alright,
Ah.
everyone, remember? Look regal, look important, but not haughty. Don't talk.
Wait, I missed it. What does my hat look like?
It was a diver's helmet, and she fed it to some aquium, and now you just have a little gemstone that sits in the center of your chest.
Oh, boring but pretty. Okay, I'll take it.
Got some chest bling.
I don't think she took my fez though, did she?
No, because you didn't offer your fez. I imagine that
Ta-da.
you didn't want to give her your fez.
Good, because I'm keeping my fez.
Okay, so as you guys get there, you see he's like, all right, arrange yourself like height order. They arrange you like height order in like a fan, like so 3 on each side, sort of like next to, but like sort of fanning it behind, creating this sort of like V formation with Garblot in the center, leading the way with his like regal red scepter ahead of him, and he's like, "Oh, this is going to be a good fucking day." And then as the water swells around you, as you guys sort of enter a sort of decompression chamber, basically, but in reverse, and you head out into the water, you find yourselves inside of the city, outside of a bubble for the first time, and it is just as beautiful as it was whenever you were inside the little traveling piece of Aquium. Looking around this just sort of gorgeous nightlife of a city. It's about, you would put it around like 5 or 6 p.m. if you were going by any sense of how you had slept previously. And you begin making your way down the thoroughfare, just swimming along behind Garblot. And you see dozens, at first, of aquatic life forms behind buildings, in and out of the coral, watching you, eyes. Some of them, like, eager and excited. There's children swimming in and out. And as you continue making the turn in towards town, heading up towards the temple proper, you see hundreds and then thousands of denizens out and about, and it is a parade of color. It looks like all these tropical and beautiful fish-like people and creatures are all gathered watching you with bated breath. And then suddenly they start cheering as you guys begin moving your way up. And you guys probably realize for the first time, this is a big fucking deal.
Ring. I think we're a big deal.
Good point.
I need you all to make me a performance check to see how regal you can look making your way up. And Mitnir, I will go ahead and give you advantage because of your sparkles.
This is my moment to shine.
24.
Graham, I'm going to go ahead and give you disadvantage for your ridiculous outfit. The other two,
to pass,
Propsy and
pass-
Seti, you
pass
can go
without
straight
grace.
roll.
16.
And, or and you can also go straight roll.
I rolled an 18 and a 16, so
I got a
We got-
grand total of 11.
With advantage.
I also
Oh,
rolled
geez.
in that one for a total of 2.
Wait, no, I rolled a 4. Oh my god, I
my
started
God.
choking on my fucking drink. Oh,
Okay, so you guys begin swimming along, and just effortlessly you see Seti and Mitnir and Grim just like tearing through the water, just making their way. But then you see just like swimming like with broad strokes, like this little bird just going.
I have feathers. They're not
Like-
made for water.
just like swimming like in the most awkward way you've ever seen. And you see Orange just like trying really hard to swim, but also like kind of half dragging her to catch up.
yeah.
Oren's going backwards. He's just doing the.
Yeah.
Can Robsy just turn into a fish now? Are they gonna get mad?
So at first, everyone's like, you see, kids are laughing. They think this is really funny. You can do whatever you want. Like, this is all your show. So, but yeah, the kids think it's hilarious, but a lot of the other people are just like, you see some murmuring happen amongst. There's lots of.
I turned into an octopus.
Holy shit! You turned into an octopus.
Or
Little-
the Kraken's just for
Oh,
show.
Kraken's way too high level.
Yeah, way
Just
too
for
high level.
show. Not
Baby
for
Kraken.
using. Yeah, not for doing anything, just for looks.
I don't think you can turn yourself into anything that big. So as
Okay,
you try
fine.
to turn
It's an
yourself into,
octopus.
you try to turn
Fine.
yourself into like this image of this baby kraken that you saw. You transform into it. Make me a performance check just for this.
they're
I
not
hate
top
life.
three.
That's 2. These past 3 sessions, I've been rolling like garbage.
You rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yep.
I hate life.
Oh yeah. So as you go to try to turn into it, you
I'm
try
just
to
doing an octopus.
you try to
I can do an octopus.
you wanted to turn into a kraken.
And then you said no, so I said fine.
Nope.
octopus. Oh my
I didn't
God.
say no. So you
Oh
try
my
to turn
God.
into this kraken, and as you do, you get the eye right, like the adorable eye, but you get the proportions to the size of your body completely wrong. So there's this squid like head, and then like 90% of it is just this big eyeball with these tiny little tentacles behind. And you just look wonky as you look like you're probably something a Pac-Man would eat, or like Mario would dodge underwater. And you start like, instead of being majestic, you just turn into this awkward little squid that's just.
I use my B shape again and turn into an actual octopus.
Okay, so she turns into this thing, and she realizes as she's swimming that everybody watching her is like, and then she just octopuses and continues swimming through the area.
I saw Oren's face when she turned into the first thing, and he's just like, "Oh god."
Yeah, just like I can just start swimming away. As you guys
I'm
make
just
your
gonna
way,
attach myself to Oren's
gracefully or not, you guys begin making your way forward. And as you approach, you can see that the coral city below looks just so much more majestic than you thought, as it just rises up from the depths below. And you can see all these denizens down there looking up at you. You see these sort of pillars of carved coral that are supporting the air tubes where the Terrans, as they call them, walk. And you head towards this the biggest bubble in the entirety of Coral Weave, the Sea Sworn Temple. And as you do, you see this tiny little V formation standing before them, well, floating before the temple itself. And as you begin heading in there and getting closer and closer, you see that the cheers begin to die down and it becomes reverence. On both sides, just quietness as you swim in and find yourselves looking forward and across at these individuals. You see what looks to be just the most magnificently dressed individual you've ever seen. A priest of just like this aura emanating from him. You can see that he's wearing this completely like white and gold just gown. And he has a crown that sits on top of his head where there is like this massive like bowl of aquium sitting atop, and you can see these tentacles just sort of forming out from underneath his ears that are fins, and it's all filled in with just sort of like white Gandalf-like beard. And he just looks down at all of you with just sort of this serene look and these spindly fingers. And next to him on either side, you see Phil and you see Aino. And then on either side of them, you see 4 additional individuals that look very similar to them. Garbat looks back at you, sees the way that you are. He's like, please, take your form. Come, please. And he starts lining you guys up to like sort of face off of them one-on-one as you guys begin swimming up.
So Oren's wearing this like half cloak thing that goes around one side, and he's gonna cast light on the inside layer of the cloak, so the inside layer glows white.
Ooh, nice.
And like in Tron.
Heck yeah. Let me go find this thing real quick. Okay. So as you guys begin swimming forward.
Wait. Can I be like one of the octopi with like the glowy rings?
Sure, I don't know what you're talking about. But as long as Bropsy has seen one before, sure.
I work at a zoo. I've seen octopi.
Do not. Okay. Yes. As you guys begin to move forward towards them, you will spread out into a fan, and you find yourself looking at an individual across from you as you head forward. Mitnir, you're looking into the face of a hammerhead shark. He's in this sort of, they're all in the same outfit. It's sort of this black, sort of almost like rubber looking material to it. But it's a sort of like shaped to their body sort of armor. And that has like these little adornments on the shoulders. And then in the chest, there's a piece of aquium. And you can see that, he's holding a great sword in his hand.
Is this the same guy that like was with us?
Yeah, this is the really polite one. He's like,
yeah.
Oh, hey there. Yeah, hi. I'm in here.
Perk my head to the side, like, weird.
Yeah, and then you see Phil as well. He's wearing the same outfit, but, with his sort of big, burly chest. And Cleary is sort of like floating up towards you. He's like, what? Just looking at this guy, like, very nervously back and forth between all of you. You see Orin, across from you is a Triton. Blue-skinned, sort of like beautiful, long green hair, like flowing out in all directions, sort of like beautifully looking across at you. Sort of tilts his head to the side, your glowing body as you come in, and he's just like,
To the head nod.
Yeah. You see Seti, as you pull forward, there is what looks to be a mermaid, but more primordial than that. More, it's called a marrow. Is the species where they've got more fish-like features and more narrow eyes, and you can see but it's like this sort of beautiful fin work and very like stinging barbs coming off of her. She looks at you and she sort of like wiggles in her outfit or whatever that sort of cuts off in a V and allows for her fins to come out from below. And then Bropsy, you're looking across at a small elf. That is it just looks like a freaking elf, but with slightly bluish features underneath the water. She seems to match the color of the water around her. And then, Grim, you find yourself staring face to face with the most outrageous fish you have ever seen in your entire life. His body is orange and purple mixed together, and he is glaring at you as you stand across from him in your purple and orange outfit and his like beautiful fins. This fish is the most gorgeous fish anyone has ever seen. And his lips are pouted and he's just like, he's looking at you and he's just like,
He's doing the blue steel.
Oh, look, we're twins.
So have you guys ever seen a mandarin fish? Go look it up. Google it right now. That's what this thing looks like.
They have some pretty luscious fins.
Ooh.
So he's looking at you.
That's kind of what I was thinking that the octopi would be colored like.
Those are basically the colors that
And it's
Seti's...
just a fish? It's not like... Or is it a person like a humanoid?
It's like Tybalt, where it's like a fish, like fish head, and he looks like humanoid and like almost handsome, but it's got this fish's head coming out of the body and just like blowing, like you can see like coming off from his arms, there's just more fins. There's just fins everywhere coming out of this outfit. And he's just like gorgeous as hell. And he's just looking at you, looking at your colors like
Or a fish.
unreal.
Beautiful fish.
And then at that moment, you see the like this big priest figure holds out a hand as the crowd silences completely. He says, "I'd very much like to welcome the supposed chosen to this the Sea Swan Temple. If you are chosen of Ego, we welcome you. If you are not, we shall find out. And blasphemy will be rooted out. Do you not agree?" And the people in the town begin to, like, shout out. sort of like an aggressiveness to it, but it sort of just like pulses through the water and it's sort of like sound of whale noise just like mixing up with itself. It's sort of deafening. It says, good. Now, if you are chosen of Igor, I very much look forward to this. Please, join us. And everyone give them welcome. And everybody begins like clapping. Come with us. And they begin turning around and just swimming in, and that's all the ceremony to it.
Yes.
And as they begin following in procession, do you guys follow?
Yes, and like
Yep.
as soon as they've all like turned their backs and started walking away, I'll use minor illusion just as subtly as I can. Make like a kind of like a little faint like watery sunbeam kind of shoot through the water, kind of play over us as we follow behind them.
Ooh. Okay. I like it. Make a performance check.
That is a 24.
24. It sells the whole group. As you guys make your way up there, you just look like you're like the light hits you, and like not even being prepared to see light like this under normal circumstances, just like they look up for a second and see like the glint, and it draws all the eyes to you guys as you begin moving. Just your simple motion that you see that it's caught, and they're all hypnotized as you guys enter into the temple.
Better hope there's no Barracuda people there. They'll lose their minds.
Yeah. So you guys seen the temple before. It's like this big, massive cathedral, but inside it's like this bubble is sort of arching around like these sort of coral, like everything's made of coral itself, and it's twisting around, but it creates this very like lush marble cathedral look, just made out of dead coral and living coral. And as you enter into this area, you find that it is not air inside of the bubble. When you get inside, it is still complete water when you're in there. And as they bring you in, you see on either side of this massive room, there's like pillows on the ground that sort of act like they're in lines, like for meditation or something. You're not entirely sure. And then there's the chair at the head of this cathedral where he sits. And then there are 3 other individuals on either side that are just waiting as he approaches. One of them appears to be a Lokatha. Another one is what appears to be more or less just maybe a Triton, but he's got a little bit sharper features. And then there's, if I looked at my notes, this would be way easier. Oh, and then there's what looks to be a female with sort of like mottled light blue skin. And she's carrying a book, and they all have the same sort of black outfits on, like vestments going straight down. And they have a jewel sitting in the center of their chest, each one. And as you all find your way in with these individuals sitting on either side, probably some 60 individuals just sitting there with their heads down, sort of like bowing. And as you all approach, he turns around, sits in his chair. The virtues all spread out in a sort of V formation to the side, allowing you full view of the sort of parapet where they're standing. It's made of like gold and red. And then you see the other 3 step forward, and the sort of like thin one with the sort of sharp features comes out and goes, "You are the ones claiming to be chosen by Aega."
Did the Crimson Dawn come with us?
Yeah, he's in there. Suck. More than claiming, you all know. You took them into custody, unjustly, to try to hide it, but we are bringing it to light. They are chosen just like the rest of these virtues, if not more so. This is a lie. This is blasphemy. These are nothing. Most of them aren't even of the sea. Why would Aega choose this motley crew?
Is he asking us?
Yeah, I don't know. I just realized I'm talking to myself.
Betty, as
Because we're friends with his friends.
You say that?
We know a guy.
We know a guy. They're like, so, oh,
Betty,
the voice is so grating.
into the. I think this whole time she's just been kind of walking with, like, her eyes downcast, kind of like if nothing else of her is like worth noting or anything. And so into the silence after this question, I guess. He just looks up, and I'd like to use minor illusion again to just kind of double her voice so that it sounds like multiple people speaking out of her mouth.
Yes.
Says, many of us are not. Is that not something?
He glares at you for a second, and he's like, I agree. I think that they are very committed for being down there. If this is what they truly believe. Just Gran Arbiter Aeon, please, if you would not, just this once, if you would stick to tradition, I will stick to whatever traditions I desire. And in this moment, I see reason why we should consider them. I did hear a report that you turned the tide to high tide, did you not? They did. See? And have any of our virtues done the same? You feel? No. No, Your Eminence, no. We are simply not taken during low tide. We've never turned it to high tide. Oh. So we did need to ask these individuals and speak with them. I just wish we could have done it in a quieter manner. Perhaps then we would have found maybe they are chosen, but we would have been sure ahead of time. Goblet. You can say what you will, but I wasn't going to let you sweep it under the rug. These people are of a like mind. They're not your patsies. They're not your dogs. These are free-thinking people, and they were also chosen by Aegon.
We came here to worship, called, not to be locked away, but to commune with Aegon and see well done.
Make a deception check.
It's gone full go old.
Natural 20 for 29.
Jesus Christ. There's this moment where, like, everybody's quiet and staring at you, and as, like, the speech comes out and the voice is still doubled, and there's, like, this sort of swell of light just within you where, like, there's just a bit of, like, light in your own eyes that just comes from
I was
seemingly
going to say,
nowhere.
I'll use prestidigitation, actually, to do, like, a little flash of, like, aqueum-colored light through my eyes.
Yeah,
Telling you, he goes full Galadriel. That's what's happening.
you're sort of Galadriel's out a little bit, and then everyone's just like, you see that even the vicars are bowing. They didn't introduce themselves, but the vicars are bowing, and they put themselves down, and they're like, I see the radiance, the resplendence. Yes. Well, let's see what's going on here. That was pretty neat. Oh. Well, if you are chosen by Aegon, that is not for us to know or to choose. And of course, I know your interests, Goblet. Oh, gosh, you do. Well, I believe an excursion is required. We must go to the Cauldron of Purity, but I believe we should bring ours as well. Should we not? So,
we should mount an expedition of joint effort, bringing the virtues and the chosen, if that is what you're going to be called, and see what Ager's teachings have for us today. We shall see Vicar Finn to recall.
Yes, of course. The one with the sea elf with the book says, "As you wish, Aldeon."
Are there any objections to this happening?
Just with the ring, like the telepathy ring, Grim will be like, should we tell them that Northot might try to kill them? Because, he's probably after the Taker guy too.
No
Do
objection.
you think we should warn them?
Well, with no objections, I think that goes all of the hubbub was for, and I think we can all move on. What do you say? Thank you for the theatrics. It was wonderful. We got everyone out. It was a great turnout. No, Google, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, boy.
We just, he just says, we look forward to working alongside you.
If you're looking for other place to stay, you are welcome to. That will be quite enough. They will be coming back with me. Thank you, Your Eminence, Arbiter Aeon. It's a pleasure as always, Crimson Dawn Garbot. Indeed. To be continued. I believe tomorrow should suffice. Tomorrow's fine. Good. Very well. Goodbye, Chosen.
Till tomorrow.
And then you guys see, like, as you leave, that there's just, like, the entire outside of the bubble's just covered with fucking fish people that are just like, oh! It's like on the fishbowl, outside of the fishbowl looking in. And as you guys swim out, they all just sort of scatter, and you guys make your procession out just as awkwardly as you came in. And when you guys reach...
No, I'm still an octopus. I glide.
Okay. As you guys make your way to the actual Crimson Dawn's place, not even like you still are in a procession as you make your way like through his territory, but till you get to the actual building and you all walk inside to the pagoda and just like fucking collapse. And he's like, "Oh my god, that was not what I expected. There was so much pressure. Oh."
What?
I was
Oh,
actually
more.
rather comfortable in that.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
well,
pretty
that
used to
didn't
the
feel
whole
anything.
religious temple thing.
Oh, really? Maybe you are chosen. I don't know.
I grew up in temples.
So tomorrow, prepare. You'll be going on an excursion with the virtues to the cauldron. I imagine that lines up with your initial desires, correct?
That is where we were at the start of all this. Sorry, I forgot I have an accent. I did it for the thing, and now I don't know what's what anymore.
You've been so many different people in the last
Yeah.
12 hours.
So
That was
lost.
That was a very good character work from all of you, by the way. Very good.
Yeah,
It's
did you
really
see that
good.
Comedic
crazy
bit
looking-
at the back? That was great. Really sold the kids.
The
Yes.
swimming with the cloak on was a bad choice.
Well,
get it.
yeah, in the future we will
Just
be
gonna
better
look at
prepared
him.
for swimming long distances. But
And we can get you some swimming lessons. It's okay.
I think that went pretty well.
I know how to swim. I have feathers. I wasn't built for this.
Yes, not ideal, but
If you guys please return to your room, get prepared, get a good night's sleep.
yes, I think
Because tomorrow, oh boy,
the true test.
find out what you can. That's what I would like from you. Find out what your connection is. See if that's any way it can benefit us in equalizing this damn city.
That is the mission.
God, I'm gonna go lay down. I wasted quite a lot of my energy on that one.
And he begins like sort of floating off into the distance and sort of falls down onto his couch.
His pillows.
Yeah, on his pillows.
Yeah, said he'll go back to our room. And,
Well, that was interesting, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, kind of scary there. Like, I mean, obviously, I think the old one saw straight through my tricks.
The crowd liked it.
But I think, yeah, as long as the people believe it, then what can the church even do? So,
As someone who's grown up in temples, there is a lot of showmanship involved. So I think you did great.
Even if he did see through it, he didn't just like write us off.
yeah.
Well,
So
you
that-
two were actually in the cauldron already, right?
Yeah, so that's
Near.
the thing. Apparently, when we were there, it was at a point where it doesn't normally bubble, I guess, is my understanding. But it was bubbling. So they thought because we were there, we were the ones making it bubble. But I think it was bubbling because of what happened at that moment with Dashros.
Well, from what I understand,
Oh man, that's some really crazy information.
Oh, shit.
no one's
I would not have
supposed
said
to-
that if he was standing in the room.
From what I understand,
He's
no one
always
can
listening.
even enter the cauldron without dying or something like that.
I mean, we
Only
were
like
close.
the chosen people
We
can.
weren't. We arrived near it.
I
Right.
thought they said
Well,
you were
we were
in it.
very close. I mean, we got some bubbles, so.
Well, hopefully the rest of us can even go there. I don't know.
I
I mean,
think
if you two can, we should be able to.
I
Right?
think
Oh, sure we can.
I think we will be okay. Maybe because we have Defrost with us. After our fashion. I still don't like any of
just
it.
shifts in her seat.
Yeah. But we mostly need to make sure that Gar is okay. Protect it.
Yeah, I mean, you know that Northoth's gonna come and try to get him.
Yeah, and we can't really say anything like that in front of the Dawn. So
That's why I used the ring.
yes. We will try to let important people know if we are in a situation where we know they will believe us.
I'm just worried that, like, we might. I feel like we should tell the virtue people they might get killed by a giant tentacle goat.
Well,
They won't believe
Might
us.
give ourselves away, you know. So
They
we
won't believe us. There's no
Yeah.
point in saying anything.
we are not on good terms with them. I don't think really, but hopefully we can protect them if we need to, and they can help protect themselves.
We didn't do anything though.
I think in this case, going in, there are strength in numbers. So we will see what we can learn, see what happens, and we will be on our toes. This is not, I mean, yes, literally, Grim, we can be on our toes, but before you ask why we are on our toes, I mean, in the metaphorical sense, to be on our guard.
okay.
I'm just nipping
Oh.
that one in the bud before it starts.
As a side note, did Dropsy tell us that the tree is Northoth? Did she tell us that?
You know,
Because I know that we said that, like, we recapped everything. Is that knowledge that we have? Or?
how much would people have pried Bropsy for information?
Well, here's the thing, though. Was she the only one that saw that, or did we all see it as we were
She
flying
was
through
the
the
only
air?
one that saw that, right?
You saw what I told you saw, which when you were flying, you saw it go from day to night. You did not see anything other than that because you were flying at such high velocity. Remember I said there were flashes, day, night, like darkness, light, and then you fell into the volcano?
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually very clever, and I was proud of myself that I did that, so I remembered it. Because I knew that the thing with Prophecy was coming, so I said you saw daylight, light, dark, as you were flying through the darkness.
I was just curious if they.
That was
see
the thing
point.
with Prophecy, that when you got over there, and then you dealt with the fallout after that. So you didn't see the tree turn into the thing directly yourself, but you were aware of the changes from day to night. Nobody else was.
That was in the spot.
Which means, no, if you're talking about it now, or if he's talking about it, but the rest of you did not see that. That was just Orin saw the changes, flashes of light and dark, and
Yes.
Prophecy saw the whole thing.
As to Nikita's question, the way I remember it is basically just making sure everyone was okay and not pressing for like details that didn't want to be shared.
Right, we would have just been like, "Hey, so what happened to you guys?" You know.
And that's nuts.
Yeah. No. So okay. So if that would have been like, we'd have to press her. I don't.
Yeah, it's up to Nikita whether she'd volunteer that info.
I think Bropsy's at a stage right now where she's just thinking she's going crazy a little bit. Like, just shutting down. So, probably hasn't said it yet.
That's fair. I was just wondering if it was.
Yep. So you guys do not know about Northod being anything.
Okay.
Other than what you already know him to be. All right. So, unless anybody else has anything else they want to do, I'll say you guys go ahead and get to rest for the night, because I know some people haven't taken a long rest and really need one.
Mitnir was already doing the whole like leaning over and like falling asleep on Seti's shoulder, just like, huh? Oh.
Change your spells if you don't have can't use underwater prophecy.
That's true. That's true. Also, when you take level 9 right now, you can go ahead and take some new spells too.
We did it! We ate nudes!
You ate nudes and leveled up.
That's all you needed was nudes. I knew.
So that's how it works.
Good nudes, man. Damn good nudes.
So you guys can take level 9 before we get into the stuff, because you're probably going to need an extra level going into where you're
I did
going.
not prepare for this.
So you can hold off on doing that if you want, or do it while we're going. But as you sleep, you will have a very rested night, and you will wake up feeling refreshed and stronger than ever.
I need to roll a d8.
Yeah.
Is that what I have as a D8?
And I get...
Daniel, can you roll a d8 for me? Because I don't fucking trust my dice.
Question, we get to re-roll ones, right?
That is correct.
Oh, thank you.
Where's the managed levels? Like, I click on the builder, right?
6,
Or no.
that's not bad.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
you go to like the class tab and then manage HPs in the top right corner.
You want me to roll Bropsies? Are you sure?
I've literally been rolling 1s, 2s, and 4s. Like, I can't remember the last
rolled
time I
a
rolled over a
1.
10.
And then a 6. Okay, but if you...
See, that worked out.
Do you want the DM to roll for you? Take it off of another player's.
Yours is a D8. All right. Here we go. 6.
I am pleased.
I'll add it into your thing.
Oh, I can learn polymorph now, though.
Okay, so let's not worry too much about it. But if you would like, by the way, Mitnir, as you sleep at night, you don't feel... You begin to go to that place where you usually go when weird dream things happen, but you don't ever open your eyes. It's like you're not quite there for whatever reason, but you're aware of the cold, and you're aware of that presence in the breathing and the beating. and you hear a voice just sort of like on the wind.
What are you? Interesting. Fascinating. Oh. I see. Well then. Enjoy.
You.
And as you speak out, you hear,
Oh, didn't realize you were here. Go to sleep.
and he breathes out, and you just hear out.
So, Bropsy, you get to pick a 5th level spell to prepare.
So, as morning greets you all, and you find yourselves getting ready, there's a sort of tension in the air as you guys get your armor and your weapons and everything together, going into an adventure of the unknown once again, with all of each other together. The last time you did this, last time you went to a place similar to this, you seemingly broke the world. So I think that weight is in the air as everyone gets ready in the morning, gets your weapons geared, make sure everything's still sharp. And as you begin to head out, you see Ushiden joins you and says, I'm here to escort you as far as I'm able. She'll walk you all forward, and you will exit out of the Dawn's bubble itself, and you find yourself carried along in a sort of pillow-filled, lavish vehicle of just invisible water. You find yourself moving away from Coral Reef and heading out into the darkness, just the sort of beads of light, creating a sort of highway leading out into the distance. As the rest of the natural light fades away, you see these sort of honeycomb pockets of water as you're passing around and through. And as you begin rising up through this sort of dark tunnel, you pop back out up and above onto a sea shelf. And looking ahead, you see a massive statue bent over what looks to be a bowl in their hand. In the distance. And at this point, you see it begins to move forward, where there is a sort of pocket of light and motion on the seafloor, on the sort of like rocky floor of the sea shelf. And as you do, comes to a landing halt, and you are allowed out. And you see that there are the 6 individuals waiting for you there. I know swims straight up to you, and like the sort of shark just sort of like comes straight up to you. You guys basically see a shark swimming towards you, a hammerhead shark swimming towards you, and it gets up close to Mitnir and he says, "Oh, hey Mitnir, how's it going, man?"
Fine. Think maybe.
"Oh yeah, you having a weird morning? I've got some coffee if you want some." Well, it's actually just coffee beans, but I put them in the water and I chomp on him, and he's basically the same.
No thanks.
Okay. Well, let me know if you change your mind. I've got some snack packs too. Over here, I've got them in the back in my little bag here, my little knapsack. I figure I'd bring some of those with us in case anybody gets hungry on the trip. I've got some blankets over here, and you just see like he's like got his like satchel, and he pulls it over, and you hear coming from. He's like, "I know, we're not supposed to like them, right?" He goes, "Oh, beans. Well, I like you guys anyways. You're pretty nice guys." Like, well, we can't really help ourselves either. And you see Phil walks over. He's like, "There's no reason we can't be cordial. It's nice to see y'all again. Sorry for locking you up. Weird you got prison broke real quick there."
It's kind of like a kidnapping, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry you guys all had to get into this. But don't worry, we'll be here to protect you if that was a fluke, which I imagine was the actual case.
we won't get sucked in, so we might be able to protect you if the current comes tries to take you. So.
We'll do
I think-
likewise.
Yeah, we'll try to.
Oh no, I
protect you.
really think they're chosen. I think everything's gonna be great. And this is like you guys having a conversation as the shark and Locathar are having this conversation, just chatting with these two. The rest of you are standing there just like awkwardly, and then the other individuals sort of swim up, and you see the one comes up and goes, "I don't know what you think you're doing. Wearing my colors."
100%
thought they
Selindor.
were nice colors. Very pretty, so I decided to wear them.
Make a persuasion check.
Just honest.
You're getting blue steeled. I think you need to
Three.
do a wisdom save.
3. He's like, "Oh great, so you think that just because I look good that you can try to same the same look so that you look good?"
I did not see you before I chose the colors, so I did not know that you would look.
Well, okay. Maybe you've never seen me before or my colors. Maybe you just, for the first time underwater in the underwhelm, for the first time, and you just happen to pick the most popular colors of me. Okay, that's cool.
I don't even know your name. I just call you
My
Pretty
name
Fish.
is Chaz.
First city. Nice to meet you, Chaz. You are very pretty.
They call me Chaz. Anyway, so while he's having this conversation, you see a couple of the other ones swim up. The marrow and the sea elf, they swim up and they're just like, hi. It's nice to meet you. I'm Pat and this is Dilly.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Dilly.
Still
Nice
the
to
elf
meet
or
you.
Pat the elf?
Huh? Dilly is the sea elf and Pat is the marrow. I hope that you're all going to be all right here. Sorry for the trouble. I've been informed that you've been pressured a lot by the Crimson Dawn. You don't have to pretend you don't want to. It's
No,
fine.
it's okay. Don't worry.
So how's this work?
Well, once the Vicar Finn arrives, we'll proceed towards the cauldron bit by bit. It is currently low tide, and it will be for the next 8 hours. So we have plenty of window to experiment. We're going
Don't
to take
worry
it bit
about
by
us.
bit and be incredibly careful. Don't worry, we're not going to allow you to come to any danger.
Our part two.
You seem very confident in yourself. I hope it's true. I would love for that to be chosen. That would be very intriguing to see what Ager has in store for us. I think
Not
it's
we're
neat.
chosen.
What?
I think it's a good play either way. If you guys are all faking and stuff, it's a real cool play.
Right.
We're just trying to save the world, just like any other person. It's fine.
Wow, that's really cool. Maybe I should be chosen instead of a virtue.
Could you
Yeah.
explain as a virtue? I would like to hear it in your own words. What your relationship to Agar is.
Well, namely, it's that each of us was just found to have not been taken in by low tide. Most of us lost our families in one sea or another, but were brought here. In some places, it's not as easy to avoid as it is here. Some places, you're sucked in from miles away, from the low-wind currents. I, for one, have been immune my whole life. And I made a living in the sea of strife, plucking from the bottom of the sea currents, where the rest would be pulled. But we're called virtues by the church, saying we are chosen. And our virtues are our names now, you see. We call ourselves by easier pet names because patience is not a very fun name to say over and over again, so I go by Pat.
I'm Seti.
And you,
This is
Seti.
Mitnir, Oren, Rapsi. Grim and
Graham should be aware that Chaz is very put off by the fact that he has the same colors. I know that it's not really a big deal, but I try to accommodate him as much as possible because Chaz really isn't fit for his role here. I don't know why he's not pulled in, but if his virtue is supposed to be chastity, I don't understand why.
well, some things are simply beyond understanding.
I mean, I don't have to use the. In fact, I don't use the. I think I'm just normal mushroom stuff. I have the hat that's colorful.
Your mic is cutting in and out constantly.
Is it really?
I get
Maybe
the
stop
gist.
playing with the cord.
Well, I'm playing with the cord because I'm. I don't have another explanation.
I don't.
Because I got nothing else to play with.
I don't
He
know
says-
what to do with my hands.
Yet another toy.
It's like, so the other one's like, so then the Triton sort of swims up. He's like, well, it's good to meet all of you. What's my name again?
Nice to meet you. What's my name again?
What's another virtue? Let's see.
No, I'll remember it eventually. Oh, I'm Hugh.
With knowledge, isn't he?
I'm Hugh. Humility. As you can tell.
Of course.
Mm.
I'm not sure this group has any of that.
So,
I'm
Very
very,
close to
humble.
that.
Thank you very much. I'm so humble.
I understand completely. Being humble is a difficult task. It's not for everyone. Now,
I am the humblest of humble.
No, Grim is
I'm
humble.
kind
Grim
of
sleeps
known
on dirt
for how
every
humble I
night.
am.
Sometimes it's
Okay.
humility.
Grim's pretty
Sometimes it's just soil.
anyways, as I was saying, if you'll just follow our lead on this, we'll keep you all safe. And the vicar's coming now, by the way. And you guys watch as this, like, sort of scrawny, small, elf-like individual starts swimming in with her sort of, like, pointy, finned ears. And as she comes in with the book, and she swims up, she goes, well then, it's really an honor to be here amongst all of you. So, shall we proceed to the cauldron of purity in a most elegant of fashions here, bathed in the light of Ager? We shall move forward together, chosen and known faithful. As she bows over towards the virtues. She says, well, I believe it is best to accompany ourselves with a sort of body system, just to make sure that the true chosen are protected by other true chosen.
Do we
just in
have a
case.
larger audience, like way off in the distance?
Make me a perception check.
The horizon is just a wave of fish people.
I have no idea. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of dark water. Like, from here, now that you guys are away from the city and outside of the vehicle, it's just, like, dark here, with the exception of the small amount of light coming from their little setup. And you can see the statue in a sort of dim light and a little bit of light coming from the cauldron.
They said it's like when we showed up.
So, yeah, you guys see, as she comes in, she says, you may proceed. I will stay here and chronicle at a safe distance. By all means, may Anger guide you. May the sea forgive you. And she sort of bows, and you guys begin heading out. What's your marching order? Should I have you stand next to the people you were next to in the thing?
I was like, technically, I guess we're following there. Right, they're
It's like,
keeping
I don't
us
know-
safe.
I don't know if I trust Chaz
They're trying to
keep Grim
put
safe.
one next to. They're trying to put one next to each of you so that they can protect you if you get pulled in.
I can go with Chad.
Okay, so as you guys begin making your way
Tell him that copying is the highest form of flattery.
in.
I didn't copy him. I just rolled the follow.
As you guys begin walking across the seashell, or swimming, I guess, along the seashell, making your way towards the statue, you realize just the size of it. Like you guys saw it before, just the cauldron itself was about 30 feet across. But looking at this massive statue holding it, it's like they're holding a cup within their hands. The statue itself continuing down into the darkness below. And you can see now just bits of rock tumbling to the left and right of you. You can sort of feel a pull as you begin moving forward, and you can see it's almost like this howling, swallowing sensation ahead of you as debris and rocks and fish that are passing by just being sucked into the cauldron, swallowed inside. As you guys begin to move forward, they take steps and begin to lead you. The pull continues, and it gets stronger. I need you to make a strength saving throw. I'm going to say Mitnir probably. We'll say Mitnir, the closest one. He seems the least cautious.
I rolled a nat 1, so that's 3, 1, 2, and 3 on my last 3 rolls.
So your feet start to pick up off of the a little bit, and you seem to just like speed up a little bit and sort of get dragged in a little bit. And then you see Aina reaches out and grabs your arm and begins pulling you down a little bit. And he's like, "You're starting to feel it, aren't you?"
Yeah, what is it?
That's the pull we're worried about. Yeah, I think it might have been a coincidence, guys. I don't think it's real. I think this isn't safe. You sure you guys want to go further? You guys can all kind of feel a pull.
Yeah, we're
Do you
okay.
guys not feel the pull?
And you look, and they just look unaffected. Like you guys can see like the water pulling around you guys, but the water around them seems still.
And we were here at low tide before, right?
When you arrived, you just saw a bubbling cauldron. Like as you approached, it bubbled crazy.
Yeah, but did they? Because they've said it several times, but I'm very. Was it high tide or low tide?
It was supposed to be low tide when they found you there.
But or something.
It was
made it.
it was behaving like high tide.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you guys, it's up to you. You guys can. They're like, we should turn back. This isn't safe.
No, we'll be okay.
Can I take a minute?
Oh yeah, no, it's cool. We can. There's not a strong pull, so you can take a minute if you need to.
I would like to go sit somewhere by myself and do a little meditating like Oren taught me and try to connect to Zephyros and see if I could tell if he had anything to do with it.
Make me a. I'm not sure what the best thing is for this, so I'm just going to go and say make me an Arcana check.
You can't do a wisdom.
Just wisdom. Yeah, you can just do straight wisdom too.
I'm rolling for shit. I got a 12.
With a 12, you try to sense out, and you can feel like the presence of Zephyros is there, but it's still and quiet. So as you breathe, you can still feel like the breath moving the world, but that's all the presence that you can feel.
Okay. Thanks anyway.
As you guys, if she comes back, what would you guys like to do? I mean,
can I use rage but not in combat? Since
yeah, you want to generate some electricity or something?
Well, so I want to get like the benefit out of it, but also theatrically just out of the frustration and be like, we're gonna protect you the whole time, just like full on, like kind of storm brewing inside, like angry, get the sparkles going.
Sure, do whatever you want, man.
And then he's gonna keep walking forward.
Okay, so he just like starts. You see like some sparks of electricity just sort of zip out from Mitnir's eyes, just sort of cut across the water, like through the little pieces of particles floating around in the water, sort of arcs out and around him, and he's just like, and Aino's like, oh shit, and just start moving forward ahead of it.
As Mitnir kind of starts charging ahead, said he's going to wait, and jog to catch up and like grab his arm and like go with him.
Okay, so as you guys start moving in this direction,
I'll
like
be
forcefully
powerful.
forward, and everyone they're like, oh shit. And then so the rest of the you know what? I'm gonna say definitely Phil and I know we're gonna try to help you guys out. The other ones are gonna be like, ugh, probably gonna be a little bit more slow to the uptake as you guys start getting sucked towards it.
Chaz, let's go.
Make me another strength saving throw as you get pulled, Mitnir.
That's a 25.
So you're able to grab Seti and hold on to her as she begins to pull off, and you sort of like begin holding on to this rock, and you guys find yourself now actually being sucked like towards this thing, and you can see the rest of them sort of catching up to you and almost caught up there. And they're sort of grabbing onto to Seti and sort of like making this sort of chain for a second as you guys start to get pulled in. And like, I told you, it's not safe. And you can just like hear this howling, and like I know it's just sort of like crawling towards you guys and sort of like trying to help pull you. And then suddenly you feel the pulling stop. And you turn around and you feel a force forcing from behind you, and you guys find yourself like face planting into the ground, forced forwards as high tide begins and it starts pouring bubbles out.
Ah,
And
just
the
have to
rest
be
of them
close
sit
enough.
there and they are dumbfounded.
Fix yourself off. See, no sweat. All right, everybody.
Kind of like lets the lights kind of die down.
It's like, whoa, wow, you guys really changed the tide. That's weird. Let's go check that out. And he just like starts walking towards the cauldron. He's just like peeking around inside, and it's like bubbling, just aqueum like crazy. He's like, this is a lot of AE, man. It's generating a lot more than normal. So he's just like sort of like floating there around this 30-foot disc.
I mean, should we be collecting that or just letting it go? I don't know what we're
Oh,
doing.
that's against the law. No. You can't grab a raw aqueum as it comes out of the cauldron. You let the aqueum choose its owner.
Okay.
Mitnir will quietly open the vial and let it back out.
You just like drop it on the ground.
Yeah, just open it and just kind of like dump it out. Like,
Just
my bad.
Go
it
home,
just,
little
it
buddy.
just pours onto the ground.
Go to your buddies.
Just sitting there on the ground. Just not enough force to move it really, so just kind of laying there.
Just swim up there to the cauldron with them.
Huh? Yeah, you can swim up to the cauldron.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so as you guys pull up, you look over and there's this sort of green bubbly light coming from within it. And it's just sort of like almost like oil and water, just this aqueum and the water doesn't mix together. You can see just bubbling over itself over and over again. And as you all sort of swim around it and approach it, you feel more force sort of like pushing you back. It's like, whoa, it's like it really doesn't want you here. And he turns and he says, I think you guys are less chosen as much as you are rejected. And then like it starts to like push, and he begins like he feels himself sort of being like pushed away and like swimming. You guys actually don't really feel much push.
You're talking about just kind of.
So you guys are feeling you're getting rejected? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like it's pushing us a little bit. I don't know.
I'm gonna reach out and grab Phil and like help keep him close.
I'm just kind of
until
like,
he wants-
okay, this is getting weird. Reverse. So you guys trying to help the rest of them, or just letting them go?
Chaz, let's go.
We'll try
Come
to-
on, buddy.
Yeah, we'll help them.
All right. So as you guys each grab onto one of them and start pulling them closer to, you guys see and look inside, and there's sort of like this energy welling up as the light's getting brighter and brighter inside of the cauldron.
Is
And
it
you guys
supposed to do
see-
that?
Like, oh, this is new, man. And then you guys look and you see, and you hear, oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. And then you see a sort of crescent shape appear inside of it. And there's just sort of this blue light, and it begins pulsing again and again and again. And then you all hear a whisper. Some voices happening. It's like at a frequency that you can't quite make out, but you can hear them in this familiar sense of something much more powerful than you, much more important, communicating. And as the light continues to pulse brighter than ever, suddenly, from Bropsy's mouth, a single breath escapes, and you sort of hear her yelp. And there's just a blast of air. And you guys find yourselves being sucked in instantly. And that's where we're going to end our session today.
Dinner.
Hey, thanks, Brock.
I tried.
Hitting the air bubbles with
I'm
everybody.
rolling like shit.
Did you just burp?
Okay.
The
So
power
this
of air.
is going to be really fun. I'm excited. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
We're gonna go
that's
see
fine.
Ager, guys.
Mhm.
Like, really, really confused when we try to just, get him to come with us. Just like, whoa, what are you doing?
I like the little role reversal there at the end, going from like them holding us and being like, wait, you guys can't leave.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
you
pretty
guys
fun.
are being rejected now? That's a shame.
I was going to, if it started to pull too much and we started to get sucked in, I was going to use my brand new spell, Dimension Door, to get us out of it.
Oh,
yeah.
that'd have been
I
fun.
was just gonna read it in movement.
I mean, that could get you and one other person out of there.
Well, yeah, I thought we were further ahead.
The rest of us are
Right.
fucked.
Wrong about that.
I would have just cast it and have been fine.
I figured just sword into the ground and then just
It's okay, guys. It's just progressing us toward the plot.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah,
plot
but
suction.
we don't have to be.
Oren would have let go of the Triton and been like, take me.
I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Died
Yeah.
twice
Coming,
already.
Ager.
This is fine.
I'm
still
so
got,
good
like-
at dying.
I got
My
like
bubble
6 more
bath.
lives.
I'll be back.
Didn't know
Yeah.
you were.
So I can't wait till next week because I'm really excited for Mitnir to use his new sword, and I'm excited for all of you to have a cool adventure for the first time in a while.
Should I try to attune to it at some point? Like if we have downtime?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
last night, if you wanted to attune to it, you can use that and attune to it.
Okay. Because I don't know.
So,
I don't have anything
you
in my
add it
shit
to your
for it.
slot. Yeah, there's nothing for it. As long as you have an empty slot, we'll say you're
Yeah.
attuned to it.
Okay.
Which is just you're gonna just find out what it does.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I just was
Yeah.
like, I want to make sure we have that covered.
Once you find out exactly what it does, I will give you the sheet, the character, the
Gotcha.
whatever it's called, the
Item.
D&D Beyond thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see.
So, anyways, I'm excited about all the stuff coming up. I was thinking about getting rid of a whole bunch of those virtues so that I didn't have to RP another 6 characters on your way in. I was like, if
Gonna
you
have
guys
them
don't
get
grab
blasted
them, they're
away.
just gonna get left behind, and we're gonna only have like a couple guys go through.
What's Chad gonna do? He's gonna just beautify it.
You can also
No,
like sum up with the virtues are telling you blah 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 blah. You don't have to RP.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
of
yeah,
them.
right. Yeah, that's true.
I
No,
mean,
Chaz is
it is more fun if you RP
Chaz
all
is a
of them, though.
spellcaster. He's not a.
He's a sorcerer.
He's a spellcaster. That's all I will say.
Or could be, I guess, could be a bard, but I'm getting charisma.
I guess we'll
I
find
missed
out.
that entirely. So,
His
anyway.
charisma is either 2 or 20.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One or the other.
All right. Thanks everybody for those subs. 50 subs for the raid. Much. Yeah, we'll be back next Friday at 5. There.
And remember, we did it for the rolls.
We did it for them.